team seems poised to do just that.
Another first we want to shout out, Choice, happened this week. Head coach Randy True of Friendship
go.
Tiger Volleyball. They locked down the District 2 6A championship, guaranteed at least a share. They have 2 games left playing here in Odessa tonight against Odessa High, and they'll play against Permian also on the road next Tuesday, but guaranteed at least a share of that title. They already got the gold ball, and they're looking ahead to playoffs as well. And that first district title for Friendship Volleyball since 2013, so that's the first district title in 6A for the Tigers. So congratulations to Coach True and those girls. They are really fun to watch. Encourage y'all to get out and support them as they head into the playoffs. A lot of fun to watch that volleyball team. Graduating 2 seniors off the team as well as a manager, so lots of good things coming this year for them and certainly in the future as well as they continue to grow. Teams have taken the field, and we are getting ready now for the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff as the referee explains how football works to Cage Jones. Have a little convo down there. Not too windy tonight, it doesn't appear. It's about 55 degrees out there. Flags fluttering. Tigers always travel with flags. They're all the way across the top of the visiting side of the stadium. I have not seen – there's the flagpoles.
They're far back there.
Back behind the scoreboard. Scoreboard on the south side of the field and a very large video board on the north. And there is the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff. Cage Jones boots it deep into the end zone. It'll take him about 7 yards back, and he will take a knee there, does the returner for the Broncos. So that'll be a touchback there for Cage Jones, and the Tigers will prepare to face off on defense.
This Tiger defense has pitched 2 shutouts this season, and 4 times in their 7th games, Friendship has been able to hold the opponent under 205 yards. So Friendship has been stingy on the defensive side of the ball, including the 33-0 shutout against Midland High a week ago.
Well, we heard word that Coach Roboto was a little grumpy this week in practice, so you can bet that he's going to be expecting these guys to come out and bring it. Drake Cobb takes the snap, and he hands it off immediately to his running back, St. John McGarity, 6-foot senior. Got about 412 yards rushing, probably the biggest offensive producer for this team, and that's a 6-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Now they'll have a 2-receiver set on the outside, 1 on the near side, ball's on the near hash. Cobb calls for it, and now they'll pop up and look back, looking to move a little quickly, and now they slow it down.
St. John McGarity is definitely on the all-names team for 2019.
That's a good one.
It's solid for sure, and he is, as you mentioned, their biggest producer of yards pretty well this season.
J.C. Ramirez, an outside receiver on the far side. Cobb was a big producing inside receiver for them, now pressed into service as the quarterback, and that'll be a false start on 2nd down and 4, and that'll be backing up the Broncos as we do 2nd down all over again.
Yeah, Amaran Alvarez just kind of tried to go arena football on us there as he was running towards the line of scrimmage. He went in motion and then turned left towards the line of scrimmage. You can't do that, so it's false start on Odessa High, and that good first down gain negated.
In a volleyball game, the JV team would be chanting, "You can't do that."
You can't do that.
Yeah, that's how that one works.
There you go.
Someone else, Michael Salas, a fullback, has moved into the backfield now as well. He got he's got 403 yards on the season on 81 carries. They like to pound the ball as much as they can. It's also get a little bit of a head of steam, and he'll run forward for a 4-yard gain, so almost gets back what they lost on the false start, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Broncos.
This just like back when Danny Cervantz was at Estacado, a very run-heavy offense where they like to mix it up and do some different things, some different pulls on the offensive line and get creative to open up those holes.
Broncos tried to move quickly, but then they very late sent McGarity off the field and brought J.C. Ramirez, the outside receiver, back in. Clock's wound down to 10 seconds now for the Broncos. They have a lone receiver on the far side, 2 on the near side. Ball's in the middle of the field. Cobb will call for it. He's going to look to pass. He feels pressure quickly, and he moves around. He's got a little bit of shiftiness in him. That Tiger defense hangs on him, but he does cut his way through. Colton Anderson brings him down by the ankles as he crosses the 35-yard line. He'll be down at the 37, but that's enough for a first down. That's a gain of 7 on that 3rd down play.
Yeah, nice little pickup and showing the shiftiness of the third-string quarterback, Cobb, but he's normally a receiver. As we mentioned in the pregame, he's not necessarily used to playing a whole lot of quarterback, but he he can make you miss in the open field.
Cobb, a 5'10 senior. Danny Servant said, hey, we just need him to go out there and make good decisions. That's what they were looking for from him. You can't force much when you're pressed into that kind of service. He puts it in the belly of Michael Salas again, the fullback, who tries to get around to the corner, doesn't get anywhere close. Most of the Tiger defense is over there in the scrum, bringing him down. They'll give him forward progress, so no gain on the play. That brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Broncos.
Yeah, Evan Barbosa leading the way on that tackle, but it was good assignment by that Friendship Tiger D as they just filled holes on the outside regardless of how wide they were spreading it.
So Salas still in the backfield with Dre Cobb. His name is DeMar Dre Cobb, but they call him Dre. He takes this one, and now he'll use that lead blocker and bounce his way forward on a design quarterback run. They'll give him 4 yards on that pickup, so on 2nd down and 10, he'll get it 4 yards ahead and to the 41-yard line, bringing up 3rd down and 6.
We have a receiver, I believe that is, coming off the field a little bit gimpy.
I saw Salas come off. Yeah, it's Salas coming off right here. He looks like he might be okay. 4 receiver set, first one we've seen, and Senjin McGarity is in the backfield. But once again, the Broncos pop up and look back to the sideline for the play. Pretty tight set. The outside receivers are in the middle of the field. Ball's on the near hash. And the other 2 receivers here at the numbers on our side. Tigers ready for him. Down to 2 seconds on the clock. Cobb bounces back. He's under a lot of pressure. He'll bounce it outside to his right. Try to make a man miss, but that is not going to work against that Tiger defense. Jake Gilbert gets in there, and he is fired up. That's a 1-yard loss on the play back to the 40-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 7 in the first punting opportunity of the game for the Tigers to receive.
Gilbert should be fired up. That was a fantastic open field tackle that he made. As we saw earlier, Cobb can make you miss in the open field, but Gilbert gets enough of the leg, yanks him down, and now a punt forced. And we were told before the game it can be anybody back there punting, as the Broncos are still trying to figure that portion of the game out.
So punt incoming here from a different kicker. Not exactly sure which one this is. No, it was number 3, I believe, out there, Choice. Oh, no, it was 34. Thank you. That was Raul Bueno. And Ty Glass fields it back at about the 25-yard line and gets a nice little return there. Do you have an injured Bronco on the field? That'll be a stoppage in play. Glass was marked out of bounds, I believe, around the 40, between the 40 and the 45. But I think this injury may take us a couple minutes to work through here, Choice, so we can catch our breath a little bit. But nice return by Ty Glass.
Yeah, Glass does a fantastic job of just riding behind his blockers and setting up the Tigers in great field position to start this first drive off. Hopefully that Bronco is okay. We got a 15-yard penalty. I did not see here what exactly it was, though.
I'm going to guess a blindside block if you're not going.
I think you're right.
If you're not going towards targeting, then that.
So maybe that's what this has ended up being on why we've got a Bronco down. So
sorry about the confusion on punter. We talked to the radio crew from Odessa High and asked, so who's punting and kicking? He said there's been about 6 or 7 of them. Yeah. I think actually both of the quarterbacks that are out, they punted also.
Yep.
So never sure who you're going to get. A little bit of a mixed bag. But
so instead of getting the ball at the 45 or at the 40-yard line, it's going to be at the 25-yard line to start for the Tigers. So not near as advantageous a field position, but Friendship will have the offense out, getting ready to go as the injured Bronco is on his feet, so that's good to see. Leading the Tigers onto the field, it will be Donovan Smith. Smith has been fantastic so far this season in his first year as a starter for Friendship, his senior year. 153 of 232 through the air. He's got 2,163 yards, 18 touchdowns to just 4 picks, and he's also got a 66% completion rate. So he has been about as good as you could ask for your first-year starting quarterback.
Well, and one of those interceptions, I'll remind you, was a arm punt.
It was.
Maybe not designed, but it worked out that way. He has a couple 2-point conversions, and as good as you could ask and as good as you're going to find in the state, Choice. And in 6A across the state of Texas, Donovan Smith is number 5 in total yards and passing yards, and the 4 players ahead of him have all played one more game. Their bye weeks are later in the season. So
there you go.
Donovan Smith has been lighting it up for the Tigers and really running this offense the way that I think head coach Jay Northcutt and offense coordinator Caleb Holt envisioned, and that certainly with the guys further down the depth chart and in those JV teams, those guys then can grow even more quickly as they see him play and develop. And remember, it's his first year as a starter as a quarterback.
Yep, it definitely is, and he has been stellar as they get ready to start play in the first offensive drive for Friendship.
Cooper Scott and Drew Hocutt on the far side. Donovan Smith looking downfield in the way of Hocutt. He's all by himself near the sideline. He'll go down and be marked out at probably around the 46, 47-yard line. So a nice pickup there for Drew Hocutt from Donovan Smith. And the Tigers have a big first down on the plus side of the field, and they are moving quickly. Trips on the near side, lone receiver on the far. William Bayouth in the backfield with Donovan Smith. He grabs it. He'll go out to Drew Hocutt in the flats. Hocutt catches it in the numbers and turns it upfield. He picks his way through and then plows through a couple defenders across the 40, and he'll be down at the 38-yard line. So there's another nice pickup for the Tigers, and they are continuing to go very quickly. Sorry choice that two receivers on the near side and one on the far. Donovan Smith calls for it again, and it's a handoff this time to William Bayouth, who finds a big hole, that delay that always works so well, and he barrels down to almost the 35. He's down to the 36-yard line. Another first down for the Tigers. One play and a first down over and over and over. Now they trot Aaron Brown out on the field in place of Bayouth, and things slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, things are slowing down finally, but Tigers are moving offensively, and we've seen them really do this over the last couple of weeks to get started in ball games.
So 29-yard pickup on that first one, I believe, and then another about 12
right.
choice. Handoff immediately to William Bayouth, and we're going to have a flag flying into the backfield in the area of holding. Bayouth barrels across the 20-yard line, but I think you're going to see this one come back.
Yeah, this one was holding. I'm not sure where. I think maybe on the center for Friendship, right in the middle of that scrum. Bayouth got a nice burst of speed, but sometimes you see those big holes opened up illegally, and that seems to be the case. Tigers slow it down here after the holding call. So 21st and 20 for the Tigers.
So no rush there for Bayouth as you back up then on the holding penalty. That one, I guess it's only illegal if you get caught. That's what they say, right?
That's true.
Donovan Smith calls for it, trips on the far side. He looks to the near side, though, gets Klein Coker, who cuts across through the defense, finds that soft spot, and he'll be between the 30 and the 25. That's a 8-yard pickup for Klein Coker. He's marked down at the 28-yard line.
Coker, another key weapon in this offense, one that might be a leading receiver on some teams, but he's got a number 3 or 4 option down the list for Donovan Smith in this offense because of how potent the receivers are.
Bunch trips on the far hash. Donovan Smith on the near hash. Now he feels pressure, and he'll run up in the pocket. He sidearms it to Drew Hocutt down at the 20. Hocutt makes a little shimmy move and picks up a couple extra yards as a Bronco comes flying across the back of Hocutt's helmet when he was already on the ground. But he'll be marked down at the 13-yard line. So a nice pickup there once again to Drew Hocutt, with Donovan Smith showing not only the scramble ability but that little sidearm motion to get it to his man.
A really nice play by Donovan Smith, and you show the value of a mobile quarterback right there in that play as he just extends the play and keeps it alive long enough to do something with his arm.
Maiden in motion out of the backfield. Bayouth back there. It's a fake handoff. No, it is a handoff to William Bayouth, who barrels his way across the 10. He'll be marked down at the 8-yard line, so a pickup of 5 from William Bayouth from the 13 down to the 8, and we've ticked under 5 minutes now in this first quarter, which has been dominated by the Tigers.
A nice 8-yard pickup by William Bayouth on the ground, or excuse me, a 5-yard, pardon me. Pickup by William Bayouth on the ground, and this offense is rolling about as well as you could ask, but Tigers slow it down in the red zone, as we've seen several times this year, because they know how important it is to try to get 7 over 3.
Aaron Brown heads back into the game. Jordan Maiden out, and we do have a new Tiger in as well. It is a handoff again to William Bayouth. He's got plenty of room in a hole, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. William Bayouth takes it all the way down from 8 yards and across the goal line for a touchdown. Just a big hole opened up not only at the line but in the secondary as well. And the Tigers strike first, 6-0 with a point after attempt incoming.
Yeah, really nice hole on that right side of the offensive line. Opened up primarily by Jack Woodward and Caleb Eugenis. A nice hole, and William Bayouth, I'm not sure he was even touched before he got to the end zone.
From that new Tiger that had checked in, that was Camden Lowry that came in as inside receiver. The snap is back to Tanner Higgins. Kick is up, and it is good. So with that, the Tigers take a 7-0 lead over the Odessa High Broncos. 4:10 left in the first quarter. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
In the first quarter, as Cage Jones tees it up, and your Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is incoming.
Tigers really impressive on that drive. We'll get to the drive summary in just a few moments.
Absolutely. As that kickoff is incoming, Cage Jones takes his position on the far hash from us, kicking left to right, north to south. Cage Jones puts that big leg into it, and it's a high one this time, a little bit shorter, just right back at the goal line, and they will bring it out, will the Broncos. He cuts to his right, finds himself a little bit of a hole, but he's met immediately by a whole bunch of Tigers on that full tilt Bozo special teams unit, and he will be marked down at the 13-yard line, and the Broncos will take over there for their second offensive possession of the evening.
The Broncos sputtered, got a little bit of yards in the first go-around, but sputtered and came to a halt. Tiger defense that has not yielded a lot of yards to the offenses this year, especially the ones that are not the elite ones, and I think we saw that in the first drive for Odessa High.
Yes, sir, no doubt about that. Two receiver set this time, both on the outside, covered by Elijah Gomez and Daniel Garland on our near side. Ball's on the far hash. Got two backs in the backfield, and it will be a handoff. We have a new back this time. I believe it's Cade Mendoza, who's your backup running back. Mendoza got his first carries of the season last week in the game against Permian. He has 33 yards. He'll pick up 3 on that one and get out to the 21-yard line, bringing up second down and 7.
Bronco team in a spread no huddle offense, but taking it a lot slower than their counterparts across the field.
Trips on the far side this time, ball on the far hash, lone receiver on the near side, lone back in the backfield. They will put in the belly of that back, and it's McGarity who tries to get across the 20 and is met. They're going to give him forward progress. He'll pick up 2 yards and get his way out to the 23-yard line, so you'll have third down and short now for the Broncos.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 here is still longer than it is for most teams because this Bronco team has not attempted a pass yet this evening, and you wonder if they're even going to do so right here. It's not a team that likes to throw the football much.
I'll tell you what, Joyce, that Tiger defense is active. They're communicating, and they're fired up down there to continue to push back against the Bronco offense. Dracob calls for it. He's under pressure as the screen set up. Gets it back to McGarity, the running back. McGarity will be marked down, and this first down potentially will be very dependent on the spot. I believe he's going to be about a yard short. He'll make his way out to the 27-yard line, and that will bring up 4th down and 1 after a pickup of 4 on that pass to McGarity.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Logan Douglas to lead the way on that tackle, and the Tigers give a little bit on the screenplay but do a good job of recovering and putting a lot of hats on the football. So Friendship once again forces a 3-and-out against Odessa High.
And this punt is incoming. Ty Glass back at the 35-yard line. This one kind of a line driver, no spin on it. It bounces directly up, and it's actually not Ty Glass that's out there to receive. It's Elijah Garcia, who did field a few kicks early in the season, but he tells everyone to get away, and it'll be down between the 40 and the 41-yard line. Right at the 40, the Tigers will take it over there with 1:54 left in the first quarter.
So this time the Tigers will get good starting field position, and they moved down on a 75-yard drive with ease on the previous drive. Friendship looking to do the same thing here against this Odessa High defense. And Friendship went 3 times to Drew Hokut on that previous drive, including going over the top. And, Keith, we talked about it in the pregame, but I think you may see that quite a bit tonight from,
yes, sir.
From the Friendship receivers, just from a speed standpoint.
Ball on the near hash, stacked Twins on both sides, Maiden in motion. They're going to go to Bay Youth, who's got his way out to the flat. He's got a corner over there. He's going to get all the way across the 50 and be marked down at the 43-yard line. So that's a pickup of 17 yards on a passing catch to William Bay Youth. And the Tigers will have a first down already on the Broncos side of the field, and it's going quickly again. Twins on both sides, balls on the far hash. Those far receivers in a little bit tighter. These spread out are Drew Hocutt and Klein Coker on this side. Smith looks to the outside. It's Cooper Scott out there who catches it, tries a spin move as he goes across the 30, and he'll be marked down as he goes out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Another pass and catch there. I can't even keep up with the yardage choice at this point.
That one was a pickup of 16 yards for Cooper Scott.
Coker and Hocutt again on the near side. Ball still on that far hash. Similar set to before. You have William Bay Youth to Donovan Smith's left. Smith with the ball. Feels a little bit of pressure and steps up. This time he goes on the run, and he'll have his first incompletion of the game, I believe. Trying to get Drew Hocutt as he ran forward. But just a little bit out of Hocutt's reach over there by the numbers at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, just a little bit too much muscle on that one. I think that's one area we've seen Donovan Smith improve a lot throughout the season is kind of harnessing that arm strength and not overthrowing too many passes like we saw earlier in the year. He's done a good job of, knowing how much mustard to put on the football.
The ability to throw on the run is impressive with him. This time he'll sidearm it again to Hocutt, kind of in a screen. Hocutt turns away from the tackler and is able to fall the other direction, and he'll be at the 26-yard line. So a pickup of about 2 there for Drew Hocutt. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. I believe the first 3rd down of the game also for the Tigers.
Yeah, this is the first 3rd down that Friendship has faced, and that's how efficient the offense has been. But the difference in these two offenses, 3rd and 8, still feels quite attainable.
35 seconds and ticking in the first quarter. Twin receivers both sides. Ball's in the middle of the field, and Bayous out to Donovan Smith's left. Smith looks quickly to Drew Hocutt across the middle. Hocutt catches it near the marker, tries to turn it upfield, and the spot will be about a yard short at the 19-yard line. So a pickup of 8-7 for Drew Hocutt on that passing catch. You're going to have a 4th and 1 with about 10 seconds, and the Tigers are going to go for it.
Tigers going for it. Not a surprise here. They may take the half. No, they won't.
So Donovan Smith with it. He's going to go for the end zone. He gets it to Cooper Scott in the back corner of the end zone. Perfect pass, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. Cooper Scott got behind his man in the end zone. Donovan Smith delivers a dime right on him, and the Tigers now have a 13-0 lead as time has expired in the first quarter.
That was an impressive pitch and catch from Donovan Smith. I think Odessa High might have thought what I was thinking there, that they would go ahead and wait until the end of the quarter to run a play in the next quarter, but Friendship went quick and caught the Broncos off guard a little bit for the touchdown.
So the line prepares to come set, and they have. The snap is back to Tanner Higgins. It's down. The kick is up by Cage Jones, and it is good. So the Tigers take a 14-0 lead here at the end of the first quarter. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales. When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Going Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3. We're getting all the time we need after Scores Choice. We didn't even have to ask them nicely. So Gene Messer Toyota kickoff incoming right now. Cage Jones boots this one downfield going from south north. This one is high, and it is fair caught inside the 15-yard line by the Broncos after what was another nice offensive drive for the Tigers.
Friendship Tigers put together a second scoring drive and as many opportunities. This one goes 40 yards in just 5 plays, 60 yards in just 5 plays. 1:54 coming off the clock. And it is capped off in the 22-yard touchdown strike from Donovan Smith to Cooper Scott. Tigers now leading at 14-0 as we start up the new quarter in the second.
You know, you talked about it in the pregame choice in that Lubbock Truck Sales pregame show, and you're right. Haven't seen a touchdown from him yet, but looking Drew Hokut's way quite a bit tonight. So trips on the near side. You have a man in motion as a tight end moving behind the line. That's Nathan Calvary, and it is going to be a running play by Dre Cobb. He tries to get around to the corner. He'll run into a group of blockers and fall down there. He'll pick up about 4 on that rush from scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 now coming in for the Broncos.
Sometimes we talk about balance offensively, and teams are fine being in the 60 to 40 range. I think we've got an Odessa High team, and a lot of this has to do with being on your third-string quarterback, but this is a team that's about 10 plays to 1 when it comes to running the football versus throwing it.
You know, Coach Northcutt says, as far as he's concerned, balance is spreading it out. Dre Cobb takes this snap. He's going to look to pass, and it's swatted down dangerously. Evan Barbosa swats that one high in the air, but the other linemen did not see it go up and weren't able to get under it for the interception. But that's an incompletion for Dre Cobb, and that will bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Broncos. You know, Choice, he talks about spreading the ball around, but when you look at the balance, the yardage is not balanced for the Tigers, but they have 18 passing touchdowns and 18 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, this is a team and offensively for Friendship that is a pretty balanced team. It's about as balanced as you'll find in an air raid type of offense, and Odessa High is just trying to get any sort of offense going.
Lone receiver on the far side, twins on the near side, and Dre Cobb tries to go to his man in the flat, and he throws it high. The catch is made, but he is brought down for a negative yard on that catch. So -1 on that passing catch, and the ball now at the 27-yard line with a 4th and 7 for the Broncos, and they will once again punt.
That's what happens when you run a screen play and blockers aren't there. Tigers just had a free run at the football and sniffed that screen play out from the beginning. So another 3-and-out, back-to-back 3-and-outs forced by this Friendship defense. That
was actually Giovanni Flote, who was a junior corner for the Broncos, who came in at receiver. Nice catch by him, and trying to salvage a difficult throw, but just not great. This one bounces downfield and actually bounces over Ty Glass, takes a hard bounce on this older turf here at Ratliff Stadium, so it will be downed at the 25-yard line, and Tigers will take over there. I'll say, I do feel like the turf is pretty old. It's so old that there's actually a shine coming off of it from the lights, and it's sometimes hard to see the numbers on the far side.
You can tell when a turf is about had its lifespan when it starts to shine the way this one has, and it also plays much faster. So offensive players tend to like that. Defensive players, not necessarily as much, but
kind of like being on old school AstroTurf.
That's kind of what it is. Not near as hard to get tackled on, though.
That's right. That's right. So Tigers take it over, 10:25 left in the first half, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Donovan Smith, that delayed handoff to William Bay Youth. He gets by the first tackler, and he has got a ton of field in front of him. He crosses the 50 before contact is made, and he will be down at the 49, check that, the 44-yard line of the Broncos. Tigers will have it there. Big first down for Donovan Smith of, my goodness,
31 yards.
31 yards on that run, and the Tigers are already going. Fake handoff, delayed handoff, and it's not. It is a play action, and Donovan Smith goes over the top to Drew Hokut, who makes a big catch down at the 15-yard line. Man, they fooled me 3 times on that one, Choice. So they get down from about the 45 down to the 15, and they're going quickly. Again, 30-yard pickup there. It's from Donovan Smith to Cooper Scott. Handoff this time to William Bay Youth, I'm sure of it, as he makes contact and barrels his way. He had contact at about the 10 and barrels his way down to the 2-yard line. Pick up there of 13 for Bay Youth from scrimmage.
Tigers are just absolutely muscling their way through this offensive drive. 3 plays of more than 10 yards so far.
Donovan Smith puts it in the belly of William Bay Youth, who sheds off again, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. William Bay Youth with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. This one a 2-yarder, and the Tigers now with a 20-0 lead. Friendship Tiger Band's going to get tired of playing the fight song over there.
You never get tired.
No, you don't. You never get tired of it. Nice touchdown tonight by William Bay Youth, and a good performance by him already as they come to him often in a game where, as you said, you're just physically overpowering your opponent.
Friendship is just doing whatever they want on really both sides of the football so far in this game.
Line comes set, snap is back, down by Higgins, and the kick is up by Cage Jones, and it is good. So the Tigers with a 21-0 lead, 9:30 left in the first half, are the Tigers over the Broncos. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Rushing touchdown of the game from William Bay Youth.
And the Tigers went a quick drive, 4 plays, 75 yards, 55 seconds off the clock, and Tigers now leading at 21-0 off of the touchdown by Bay Youth.
Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is a line drive bouncer by Cage Jones, and nice coverage by the team. It was a slow roller, and he waited on it at the 10, and he is drugged down around the midsection by, I believe that's Brady Wolf that brought him down. Randy Garcia in to help as well. Drug him down at the 15-yard line. I think they mark him at the 16. The Broncos will take over there.
Yeah, Tigers are. We talked about the two sides that they're playing well in. They're playing well so far in special teams tonight. That's the second drive that Odessa High is having to start inside their own 20.
Odessa High out on offense, 3 receiver set. They have 2 men in the backfield, but Drake Cobb will back up. He's going to go deep this time, testing Daniel Garland. The catch is made. It's made at the 44-yard line, and he'll get across the 45 to the 46. So a 21-yard pass and catch from Dre Cobb. I'm sorry, Choice, I missed the receiver there. I'm not sure if you could see a number. Wrinkled jerseys get me again.
I believe that is number 18.
Was it 18?
I believe that's what we've got right here, which we're searching for.
We're in a small booth tonight. That's Paulino Gabaldon, who I had him on the defensive side. So, yeah, we're in small booths, so sometimes you have to go searching for things. It's a handoff this time, and that one's going to go to St. John McGarity, who does get ahead of steam and barrels his way all the way to the opposite 40-yard line. So from the 46, and he'll be marked down on the Tigers' 40. So a first down there for the Broncos as they've opened a couple holes up here, and they're looking to still try to keep the ball moving.
Yeah, they are finally getting a little rhythm offensively, crossing the 50 this time for the first time in the game.
You have both bands on the opposite side of the field. There's just a cacophony of noise coming our way right now. Cobb calls for it, and he hands it off to McGarity, who's met immediately by Tigers. The first contact came from Tristan Laughlin, and then you had linemen pull him down. He's going to lose a yard on that rush, and all of a sudden I saw another Tiger come diving in over the top. He just wanted to get in on the action.
You got to be careful with that because diving on the pile is a penalty, but fortunately
this was a comical dive.
I thought this was still okay. Yeah. And, yeah, you said it, a loss for a yard. Could have been a loss of 3, but good effort by McGarity to just fall forward and get close to the line of scrimmage.
Twin receivers, both sides, balls near the near hash as Cobb calls for it. He does look fairly comfortable back there. He's going to go deep again down that left sideline. Same play. This time it is dropped. Very nice coverage by Daniel Garland as the intended receiver was not able to hang on over the shoulder down near the goal line.
That was just about perfect coverage by Garland, but I'll tell you, Cobb dropped in a ball that may have been a perfect throw and just dropped. It was
a very nice ball.
It was might have gone straight through the arms of Garland, who was face guarding, but fortunately for the Tigers, it was an incompletion.
That was senior outside receiver Amaron Alvarez, who has 7 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown so far on the season. He had an opportunity there to double that touchdown total, but ended up not able to hang on. So trips on the far side, ball's in the near hash, handoff to McGarity, who's met very quickly. Cason Brito in first to go on that one, and they'll drag him down. No gain on the play for McGarity, and the Broncos now face a 3rd down and 11 on their own. Check that on the Tigers' 41-yard line. Oh, 4th down and 11. Oh, thank you, Choice. Choice is showing me 4 fingers, and I'm saying, no, that was McGarity. He's number 5.
It's 4th down.
Thank you very much.
Got the line changes out, and Odessa gets a little momentum offensively, but they're still going to have to punt right there.
So Ty Glass back on the Tigers' 10-yard line to receive this punt. The snap is back, and it is up and away. Ty Glass backs up to about the 6 and watches it bounce. He will field it off the bounce. He bounces off of 2 tacklers, and he's going to pick up 10 yards on the return and get it out to the 15. I don't think they expected him to touch it, but they don't know how quick and shifty Ty Glass is, and he's fearless when he's out there grabbing punts.
Well, I think that was the smart play by Glass. A little dangerous, but still a smart play because he's probably looking at his team down inside the 5-yard line if he doesn't field that punt, because he had guys all around him in red jerseys. So
I can tell you Ty Glass came into Friendship. He moved from California with his family out here, and he's been a welcome addition, fun guy for the coaches to coach, and a dynamic player. And you can see the potential as he continues to grow and move forward. He's got big plays written all over him.
15-yard line, the worst starting field position of the game so far for Friendship, as they've had drives starting from the 25, 40, and 25.
I have a timeout here on the field, and I was looking as you were talking about where they've started. I'm looking at time of possession. The Tigers came out very methodically early, moving quickly, but held the ball for 3:16 in that first drive.
Yeah.
Then 1:54 as you score from further out, a 22-yarder to Cooper Scott. Then all of a sudden there's that 55-second drive. We've seen the Tigers when the offense is rolling.
Yeah.
We've seen them score 3 touchdowns in under 3.5 minutes.
We have, and we've seen the big play be the friend of the Friendship Tigers offense, and it was on that previous drive. You get plays of 31, 29, 13 yards before having to just punch it in with a little 2-yarder. So it was a nice offensive drive for Friendship, and this is a game that's by no means over. There's a lot of football left, but Friendship with a lot of momentum, just like last week. You'd love to see this Tiger team put this one away by halftime and be able to get some of those backups in.
Absolutely. Donovan Smith calls for it. It's a fake handoff to William Bay Youth, and he'll go outside to Jordan Maiden this time. Maiden gets the corner and gets across for the first down. He'll be marked out at the 27-yard line, so a nice pickup there of 12 for Jordan Maiden, and the Tigers will have a new first down. William Bay Youth in the backfield, their choice, already 71 yards rushing.
Yep.
He picked up his 3rd 100-yard rushing game of the season last week, and he was the impact player of the game. And he will get the ball this time in his belly. Direct handoff to William Bay Youth. He's got a blocker, and he's got plenty of room. He sheds a tackler, and he's fighting off another one as he goes across the 50. My goodness, William Bay Youth. Hard-nosed run, and that right there is a 20 – is that a 20-yard pickup, Choice? Help me out.
26-yarder.
26-yarder. Not so good at the maths.
It's quite all right.
Some coworkers disappointed in me right now.
26-yard pickup by Bay Youth will put him up just about 100 yards. Not quite to that mark, but he will be just underneath the century mark and going to get a injury for Odessa High right now. And this is a Tiger offense that has been extremely efficient. I mean, I feel like a broken record here, Keith, but it's unbelievable how efficient this offense has been. When you look back the last 3 games, including this one, the first half against Midland Lee, extremely efficient offense. The entire game against Midland High last week, and so far in this first half against Odessa High, this offense has been playing at its peak under the Jay Northcutt era. And one stat that stands out to me, Donovan Smith has not had to run the football at all tonight. He's had clean pockets for the most part, and he hasn't had to use his legs. All of the rushing yards have come from Will Bay Youth.
When he has used them, he's thrown beautiful balls on the run as he just has really figured out what to do with his legs, his feet, and his hips when he throws downfield on the run, and he shows off that arm strength that's so impressive. And if you recall, Choice, I'm sure you do, there's another game that we saw from the Tigers where Donovan Smith had 0 rushing yards, and that was against El Paso Andress, a game where he exited at the beginning of the third quarter. So definitely you're seeing the Tigers very similarly do whatever it is they want. This game a little bit different in that the defense is also doing whatever they try to do out here.
Yeah, no question about it. This is an impressive team right now, and I think you're looking at one of the better ones, obviously, in this part of the state, but in this district for sure. It's kind of a battle for second place, but if someone can knock off Midland Lee, the Tigers have a shot at getting a district title, especially the way they're playing right now.
I don't know how you rank special teams units too, Choice, but based on what I've seen and watching, my goodness, they're good. And they get fired up to play, and we want to go out there and make plays. Trips on the far side, Twins on the near side, 5-receiver set. Donovan Smith's going to go to that far side, and there's a nice falling catch there by Klein Coker. He'll pick up 6 on that passing catch, 2nd down and 4 now for the Tigers with just under 6 minutes left in this first half. Tigers look back to the sideline, not moving too quickly.
Yeah, this may be where the Tigers slow it down just a little bit more and try to score again before halftime, but maybe about it.
Trips on the near side, lone receiver on the far side, ball's on the far edge. Donovan Smith going to go deep downfield on the near side. Jordan Maiden has 5 yards on his man, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. Maiden makes the catch at the 10-yard line and just runs it in for home. My goodness, Jordan Maiden can get some separation in a hurry on just about anybody that tries to cover him. The Tigers take a 27-0 lead with 5:36 left in the first half with an extra point incoming.
Who said slow it down? The Tigers are going to go get the home run ball. As Jordan Maiden, a really nice double move. He just makes one hard step inside about the 25-yard line, gets his man to bite, and then uses his pure speed from there to get behind the defender. Easy touchdown after the perfect toss from Smith.
The extra point is up by Cage Jones, and it is good. So with 5:36 left in the first half, Tigers take a 28-0 lead over the Odessa High Broncos. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
For 214 yards passing. He has been phenomenal, to say the least, and he's tossed a couple touchdowns to go with that.
Line drive kick in the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff from Cage Jones. It'll be fielded inside the 10 by the Broncos. Shifty trying to get his way outside. He'll look for the corner, but he will not get there. Brooks Hocutt will eventually force him out of bounds. They say he stayed in, and now they shut him down. Now a flag is dropped on top of the pile by the near side referee. Not sure what that was.
We'll get
the
that.
returner on that one was number 4, Choice. Sorry about that one. That's Jesse Cervantes. He's a strong safety tight end that brought that one out. And I don't know if it was
I don't know if that came from the sideline or yeah, we'll get that sorted out. But the Friendship Tigers go a nice drive once again on the previous drive. They have 5 plays on that one, going 85 yards starting from the 15-yard line on that one. 114 off the clock. 85 yards and 114 is pretty impressive. And it's capped off on the 44-yard touchdown pass from Donovan Smith to Jordan Maiden. Tigers now leading at 28-zip, 5:23 to play. And they'll call it a late hit out of bounds on Friendship. So Tigers surrender a few more yards via the penalty.
So Broncos 1st and 10 from their 43-yard line. Cobb with a lot of time. He's going to go deep down the near side. He goes into double coverage. You had Colton Anderson and Elijah Gomez down there looking to make an interception. No chance for a catch there. Incomplete pass by Cobb. And now 2nd and 10 for him. And I wanted to mention Jordan Maiden, 44-yard pass and catch, and we see it over and over. 5'9", not the shortest guy on the field, but certainly not your average outside receiver, tall
Right.
guy. And, man, he can – whether he's in tight, he makes a catch over a guy, or this time 5 yards of separation and just hauls one in.
No question about it. Anderson really had a chance at a pick. He would like to have that one back on that
Yes.
previous play.
Time just jumped just a little
early, yep.
It's a handoff to McGarity this time, and he'll barrel across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Pickup of 3 as he's brought down by Robert Hernandez of the Tigers. So 3rd down and 7 incoming for the Broncos.
The Tiger defensive line, especially interior, makes a lot more tackles than you're going to see on most teams because of the pure penetration that they get and filling those holes, putting their hat in the right hole. It is impressive to see guys like Hernandez, Isaiah Vasquez, Kaysen Brito. Those guys are always making tackles on the interior.
Trace Buchanan, the other that sees some significant time in there. Cobb back under a ton of pressure, and he's going to be sacked by Kaysen Brito, but a flag comes in. Nice sack there. Initial contact by Evan Barbosa, and Brito comes in and blows him up, but we're going to see a face mask call come in against the Tigers, and that'll move things back around.
I think they're calling this one on Evan Barbosa, who went by the quarterback initially. I don't know if we're going to get a replay on the big board or not.
Might have inadvertently hung a finger up.
Yeah,
as he goes by.
Brito can't believe the call, but Barbosa doesn't seem to be arguing it too much. So it's unfortunate because the Tigers had a huge sack and would have forced another 4th down. Instead, Odessa High goes into plus territory with the automatic 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Play action. Now he's going to look downfield. He's got a man down there, and it's going to be a catch for the Broncos.
Wow.
Double coverage, but a really nice snag there by Giovanni Flote, who pulls that one in, and that's going to be at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the Broncos down there.
Really nice pitch and catch. And, I said this team doesn't like to throw the football. They're kind of being forced to, and tossing it up. It's working so far, working as of late for Odessa High.
Inside of 4 minutes now left of the first half as the Broncos talk about it. Kind of see a huddle here as they break out and get into their formation. Pretty tight, 2 receiver set. Twin backs in the backfield and a tight end back there to block. It's a fake handoff to McGarity, who he uses as a lead blocker, and Dre Cobb's going to march in for a touchdown. So with 3:39 left in the first half, the Broncos finally get on the board. It'll be 28-6, Tigers over the Broncos with an extra point incoming.
The Tigers just kind of fall asleep on defense a little bit on that previous play. They're balling a little too hard on the play action, which is understandable with a team that primarily runs the football, but Friendship gave up the big play, and Odessa High turned it into points quickly after that.
He'd gotten about a step on the corner and got behind the safety, and it just ended up with a nice catch. So the extra point is good, and the Broncos will get on the board down 28-7 to the Friendship Tigers with 3:39 left in the first half. This is Friendship Tiger football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
That here for you. That doubles the number of touchdowns that the Odessa Broncos have had in their last 3 games. They've been outscored 82-7 over their last 2 games. Very short, almost a pooch kick here. It bounces. It'll be taken by Glass just outside the 15, and he'll get across the 20 and be marked down at the 22-yard line. The Tigers will take over there.
Tigers on the previous drive, Odessa High on the previous drive put together a drive of just 5 plays as they compile a total of 59 yards on the drive. And Odessa High caps it off with a 2-yard touchdown run by Cobb. But it was the big play in between the 36-yard touchdown catch, or 36-yard bomb to Flote before he punched it in quickly with Cobb after that.
Minute 45 off the clock for that one. Saw a little extracurricular after that kick return over there, and glad to see no flags fly, but certainly don't want to see tempers start flaring.
Yeah, you don't want that.
What is otherwise a good competitive game so far. So Odessa High's offense comes in. Oh, check that. Friendship's offense comes in to take the field. You have twin receivers both sides. Donovan Smith has them on the far hash with William Bay Youth in the backfield to his left, and now the play will be stopped for a delay of game penalty.
I don't think the clock was reset the way it should have been. I think it was a 25 when it should have been a 40. And
well, the teams are moving, but the Tigers were waiting for a substitution to come in from Odessa High.
All right, so
there was a delay of game on Odessa. They've moved the Tigers forward. There was a defensive delay of game. So Donovan Smith, immediate handoff to William Bay Youth, big hole up the middle, and he will bounce his way down to the 38-yard line. But a flag comes into the middle of the field away from the play.
Yeah.
I'd assume you'd see some holding.
We're going to get some holding here. As the left guard for Friendship was still a little bit too much on that play. We've got a handful of red jerseys, so we'll see this one move back from a 1st and 5. The flag was thrown ahead of the line of scrimmage, but I don't think that's going to matter to these officials. And we're going to get a 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 5.
So 1st and 15 for the Tigers from the 17-yard line. Twin receivers out there. You have Jordan Maiden and Klein Coker on the near side. Hard to see numbers from our vantage point right now, but I'll make an educated guesstimate. Drew Hocutt in motion through the backfield, and it is a handoff to William Bay Youth, who has a lot of room to work. He's going to bring it around to the near side. He's going to get the corner. He's got blockers downfield. He's across the 50, and he's going to be marked out at about the 43-yard line. Beautiful pickup on 1st and 15 for William Bay Youth as he scampered all the way down here.
That one ends up at the they do mark it at the 43-yard line, so you're looking at a gain of 40 yards on the play.
Beautiful job counting their choice. I appreciate that.
Will Bay Youth
I wasn't going to do it.
It's just impressive tonight. He goes up over the century mark, 137 yards on 8 carries. That's good for 17 yards per carry.
Great night by Bay Youth. Donovan Smith looking downfield. He's got Cooper Scott at the numbers. Nice block there by Jordan Maiden. Cooper Scott now taking it back to the middle of the field. Now he tries to bounce it all the way outside, and somebody gets him just by the ankles. That's going to be Paulino Gabalon, and it's a pickup of 3:21 on the play. I don't know what you're saying to me, Joyce.
12, sorry.
I can't read your number.
I got to go backwards. My bad.
Thank you.
12 yards.
12-yard pickup to Cooper Scott, who ran. I mean, it was Deion Sanders out
there.
Yeah,
he ran.
All the way
he probably
the
ran a good 50 yards on the play. It was just 12 vertically.
Get him a breather. Twin receivers both sides, and it's going to be another handoff to William Bay Youth, who sheds the first tackler. Now he's got an open field in front of him, the 5, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. William Bay Youth with a beautiful carry of 31 yards from scrimmage and a nice touchdown, his 3rd of the night. William Bay Youth is absolutely on fire right now as the Tigers take a 34-7 lead with a Cage Jones kick incoming.
9 carries, 168 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Will Bay Youth. Wow. We thought he had a good week last week. He is topping it tonight.
He absolutely is. 4th 100-yard rushing game of the season. It's still in the first half. Kick is up by Cage Jones, and it is good. So with 2:20 left in the first half, the Tigers take a 35-7 lead over the Odessa High Broncos. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
We're seeing multiple receivers get involved. We're seeing great downfield blocking. other than a couple of penalties, I don't really know what the Tigers are doing wrong.
I would say that's the only thing you can nitpick at this point. They gave up one big play to Odessa High. Then it resulted in a touchdown later, but man, this team's playing some good football.
They are. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff by Cage Jones goes down inside the 10-yard line. It'll be fielded there. Nice return as he fights his way, spins, and tries to make anything he can happen. That's Jesse Cervantes once again. He'll get just across the 25-yard line, and the ball will start there for the Broncos at the 26.
The Friendship Tigers on that play put together a 3-play, 78-yard drive. 1:13 off the clock, and it's capped off with a 31-yard touchdown run by William Bay with his third of the night. Tigers leading this one with ease, 35-7, 2:08 left to play, and they might be able to get another touchdown if they can get a stop here.
Drake Cobb's going to look outside and throw it over his tight end, Nathan Calvary, and that's going to be an incomplete pass for him. How many yards does William Bay Youth have right now, Choice?
Bay Youth is up to a grand total of 168 yards on just 9 carries in this game. That's good for 18.7 yards per touch.
So William Bay is now on the season, 770 yards on the season, 109 carries, and he's up to 12 touchdowns now.
That's impressive.
It's really a nice job by what he's been described to us as a gym rat and a guy that the coaches struggle just to get him smile. He is so serious about his game. Handoff to McGarity, who barrels his way up the middle. He'll get his way out across the 30-yard line and pick up 5 on that carry. Do we see a timeout before
Tigers
the
went
play?
ahead and called the timeout. No, after the play. And this is a third down, so you understand why. Friendship's going to try to get another touchdown or get another score, I should say, before the half. But first they're going to have to get a stop here on third down. And Cobb, while he started out a little shaky, he's throwing the football much better. He's 4 of 8 in the game, but does have completions for 21 and 36 yards so far.
He's obviously an athletic young man. He moves well. We've seen some nice arm strength. He's able to deliver the ball well. His experience is what you've most likely dealing with is just needing some reps, but he's coming in and filling in admirably for this team. You have a 3rd down and 5 incoming for the Broncos. 1:55 left in the first half. Tigers lead at 35-7 as the teams make their way back out.
Right here, you got to protect both run and pass defensively for Friendship. Odessa High may be wanting to run the football to force Friendship to take another timeout, but at the same time, you can't get caught with your pants down with a play action and throw over the top if they fake the run.
So 2 backs in the backfield, and now one will go out in motion. It is McGarity. Cobb's going to have to flush his way out as he's got Logan Douglas all over, and it's intercepted by Elijah Garcia. There's nobody in front of him, and that's a touchdown, Tigers. Elijah Garcia jumped in front of the route at the 20-yard line and took it all the way to pay dirt. The Tigers take a 41-7 lead on the defensive score, and now you have another kick by Cage Jones incoming.
And that was extremely impressive by both Logan Douglas and Elijah Garcia as Douglas applies the pressure. There's that inexperience you're talking about from Cobb. Should have just taken the sack, but instead tries to make a play, throwing while he's going to the ground. Garcia recognizes it, jumps the route, and there was nothing but green in front of him.
And now the kick is up by Cage Jones after that pick 6, and it is good. So with 1:44 left in the first half, the Tigers take a 42-7 lead over the Odessa High Broncos. This is Friendship Tigers football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
With 1:44 left in this first half, No drive on this one, but I'll give you a summary. Elijah Garcia jumps the route on Dre Cobb, who's trying to avoid pressure from Logan Douglas, and takes about a 25-yard pick six to the house to give another score to the Tigers. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is in the air from Cage Jones. Another nice one back to about the 2-yard line. It's fielded there by Cervantes, who switches hands, and now he's got a hole up the middle and finds a seam. He's got Cage Jones, and Cage Jones slows him down, and the Tigers will be able to bring him down on the plus side of the field at about the 45-yard line. Cage Jones showing hustle right there is what saved a touchdown for the Tigers.
Yeah, Jones does. He knows he's the last line of defense, and he does exactly what he's supposed to. Throws his body at him, slows him up, almost makes a tackle, but does allow the rest of the Tigers to get there and catch up with the play. Fortunately for Friendship, it looked like Cervantes had a huge hole and would have had an opportunity to potentially get a touchdown. But now Odessa High, they've been at this point in the field a couple of times and still had to punt. So Friendship's defense wanting to bow up before halftime and not allow a score.
Shows you why Cervantes is back there doing that. 55-yard return by him. And the Broncos take over 1st and 10 from the Friendship 44-yard line. Cobb is back with 3 or 4 receivers out there. He's just going to lob this one downfield, not looking, and it's intercepted. Stefano Sanchez, Elijah Gomez gets it, and he's got blockers. He's making men miss, and he's taking his way down the sideline trying to get there, and he'll go out of bounds at the 32-yard line of the Broncos. So back-to-back interceptions now, and the Tigers in very good field position with 1:15 left in this half and an opportunity to tack another one on if they so choose.
Yeah, we were just praising Cobb in his play previously, and a couple of bad throws in a row. He just throws this one off his back foot and says, go get it. And the Tigers do just that. As you mentioned, Gomez shows off some speed there and follows some blockers in front, able to get a nice return. Friendship's got another chance to put some points on the board before halftime. And man, if you could get a score here, you basically can play your backups from the second half on.
So the Tigers' second and third interceptions of the season come in back-to-back plays. Elijah Gomez been a little bit quiet, missed some action early in the season. He had a weight room injury that he had to overcome, and now out there making some noise once again. As you know, he's been one of your most reliable members of the secondary. Tigers now lined up, 2 backs in the backfield. Now Jordan Maiden comes in motion to the near side, and Smith will swing it out to Maiden. Nice blocking by Drew Hocutt. Maiden makes it to the corner and scampers out of bounds right at the first down marker. Check that, 1 yard shy, so a 9-yard pickup on the passing catch to Jordan Maiden, and the Tigers have 2nd down and 1 on the 22-yard line.
Yeah, you mentioned the nice block by Hocutt, but that's one thing that makes this team so potent on the outside is every receiver out there is willing to block.
Twin receivers both sides in tight, balls on the near hash. Donovan Smith looking to the end zone. He's got Klein Coker all by himself. Everyone had basically quit on the coverage, and Coker will haul that one in for a touchdown, Tigers. 48-7 now for the Tigers over the Odessa High Broncos with another kick incoming from Cage Jones. 1 minute even remaining in this half.
Yeah, really impressive play once again by Donovan Smith. As he has been as accurate as I think I've ever seen a high school quarterback in one half of play. 16 of 17, and these aren't just short screen routes either.
Kick is up by Cage Jones, and it is good. So with 1 minute left in the first half, the Tigers lead at 49-7 over the Odessa High Broncos here at Ratliff Stadium in Odessa, Texas. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
My goodness, Choice. We're trying to get to halftime here, but the Tigers aren't letting us. They just keep scoring and scoring, and now another Gene Messer Toyota off from Cage Jones. is in the air. K. Jones boots this one deep. It's going to go into the end zone about a yard. It'll be fielded there by Cervantes. They once again set up a nice seam for him, and he has good vision downfield. He battles his way through, and he's going to come down right on the 30-yard line. So a 30-yard return for Cervantes, and the Broncos will take over there with 50 seconds left in this first half.
Friendship Tigers, well, the drives keep getting shorter. This one just 2 plays, 15 seconds off the clock, and it just goes 31 yards because that's all they needed after the return for the interception by Elijah Gomez. Klein Coker catches the 22-yard touchdown strike from Donovan Smith. Tigers almost put up a half-century mark in the first half, 49-7.
2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Handoff to McGarity, who'll plow up the middle. He's drug up by the ankle, and he'll be brought down after a pickup of 3 yards. That was, I believe, Trace Buchanan who got in there first, and then his friends finished him off. So 3-yard pickup there for the Broncos.
Yeah, 3-yard pickup, and I think you're seeing the white flag waved a little bit by Odessa High as they're ready to go into the locker room and just kind of catch their breath a little bit. They'll have to run. Actually, we never got the play clock started, so technically they don't have to run a play.
They do not. 16 seconds and clicking here on the clock. So another handoff to McGarity. He'll be brought down immediately. Evan Barbosa drags him down after a 2-yard gain by McGarity, and that's going to be the end of this first half as the clock ticks down 2-1 and now 0. We'll hang here just a second, see if Casey Smith can get a hold of head coach Jay Northcutt for us, talk about how his team has looked to him in the first half. We certainly know how they've looked to us. It's been quite the evening so far for the Friendship Tigers. My goodness, Choice. I mean, I completely agree with you. You're seeing some of the sharpest play, not as only as a unit, but some of these individuals are just really doing an amazing job tonight.
No question about it. Will Bay Youth and Donovan Smith at the top of the list, but the entire Tiger team has put together quite the effort tonight.
Yes, they have. Casey Smith, our sideline helper down there, has head coach Jay Northcutt for us. Coach, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
My goodness, Coach. I mean, what more could you ask for? And maybe you see some things wrong, but I'm just seeing a team that on all 3 sides of the ball is executing about as well as you could ask for.
Oh, I'm real proud of how our kids have played in this first half. Really on both sides of the ball, we've executed real well. And the message going in here at halftime is just to keep our composure and go finish the game.
Donovan Smith is 16 of 17, and you're not just tossing little bubble screens. He's going down the field. I don't know if I've ever seen a quarterback that accurate in one half. How do you assess his play?
Well, he's just a special kid, he's just blessed with so many physical talents, and then you add in the fact that he's a kid of such great character and class, and he's such a good leader, and really that's just what makes him very special. And he's just continued to improve, every week, and he's just done a great job.
Absolutely. Coach, y'all have a great halftime. We'll talk to you again after the game, and good luck in the second half. Appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. That's head coach Jay Northcutt. His team is up 49-7 on District 2 6A foe, the Odessa High Broncos, as we head into halftime. We'll take a break here and be back with the Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show, and we will be talking to the marching band director of the Friendship Tiger Band, Scott Carter, flipping halftime over this week. So you'll hear from Choice first, talk to you about scores around the district and stats, and then we'll talk to Mr. Carter. So we'll be back after a few words from our sponsors. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Friendship Varsity Cheerleaders, and you're watching Friendship TV.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
We're the Friendship Varsity Cheerleaders, and we're supporting our Tigers.
97.3 Lubbock Sports Station.
Hey, welcome back to Ratliff Stadium here in Odessa, Texas, home of our District 2 6A football game between the Friendship Tigers and the Odessa High Broncos. It is all Friendship in this first half. Alongside Keith Patrick, I'm Choice Woodman. We got the Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show, and we've got the stats here in the halftime show for you. And the stat that's most important, Friendship 49, Odessa High 7. As we sit at the break, it has been a dominant, and dominant is not the right word because I don't know that there is a word that describes what Friendship has done so far in this ball game, but Tigers have clicked on all cylinders, and we'll start with the offensive stats as you hear the Tiger Band in the background. Donovan Smith has put up 17 pass attempts, completed 16 of them, and these are not short passes. He's averaging 15.1 yards per attempt, 257 yards in the game. We may have seen the last of Donovan Smith in this game. Would not be a surprise, but of those 16 completions, 3 of them have gone for touchdown scores. Jordan Maiden has had 3 of those catches for 65 yards, a 44-yard touchdown as well. Cooper Scott, a 22-yard touchdown that he's got, four catches for 79 yards for him. Drew Hokut leads the way with the most receptions, 5 catches for 61 yards in the game, and Will Bayouth has 1 catch for 17. Klein Coker caught the most recent touchdown, 3 grabs for 35 yards, but he had a 22-yard touchdown reception at the end of the half to put the Tigers up by a score of 49-7. The passing game has been good, but the rushing game has been equally good for the Tigers, averaging 18.7 yards per carry, and it's all come from William Bayouth. 9 carries for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns for William Bayouth. He has been phenomenal, to say the very least, for Friendship. The offense has been efficient, have not had to punt the ball at all tonight. Tigers offense has gone 6 drives in the game and scored on all 6 of those drives. On the other side of the football, the Friendship defense has been, just about as good, as they've given up just 120 total yards in the ball game. They've held Cobb to 4 of 10 on pass attempts for 60 total yards, 2 interceptions, including a pick 6, a 20-yard pick 6 by the Tigers, and that was Elijah Garcia that did so. And another pick was Elijah Gomez for the Tigers that set up a 31-yard scoring drive after that for Friendship. So Tiger defense has been good. 60 total yards passing, 60 total yards rushing for this Odessa High offense. So it's been pretty equal across the board in that count, but Friendship's defense has been stingy, as we've gotten so used to this Tiger defense being. So Tigers in the first half dominating just about every phase of the game, and Friendship, you couldn't ask for a whole lot better of a performance than what we've seen. Once again, 18.7 yards per carry for William Bay Youth, and you're getting 16 yards per completion out of one Donovan Smith. So very, very impressive night so far for those two young men, but it has been a collective effort when you look at what they've done on the defensive side of the football as well. Let's look to the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll start in District 2 6A. The other two games going on, well, the bloodbath is equal over in Midland tonight as Permian is up 49-0 on Midland High. And the other game at half, a close one as we expected. Midland Lee 28, Tascosa 20. So they're keeping it close up in Amarillo. We'll see if the Tascosa Rebels can pull off the upset against the state-ranked Midland Lee Rebels. That's a game we'll definitely have our eyes glued on throughout the remainder of this one. But all the games in this District 2 6A are at the half. We'll give a few more out-of-town scores before we hand it off to Keith to do his interview momentarily. Lubbock Cooper is beating Abilene Cooper's beating Lubbock High 49-0. Post is up 20-13 on Sundown. Idalou beating Roosevelt in the Battle of Lubbock County 28-0 in that one. Abernathy up on Colorado City 31-6. Bushland over Shallowater 21-12. And Levelland is trailing Dalhart 21-7. Lubbock Cooper leading Wichita Falls High 30-7. We'll go ahead and take a break. Be back with more of the Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show in just a few moments. Once again, Friendship leading at 49-7 over Odessa High here at Ratliff Stadium in Odessa, Texas. You're listening to Friendship Tigers football on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com. Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, Come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
We are the Friendship Varsity Cheerleaders, and we're proud to support Friendship ISD. Seek perfection, capture excellence.
Your home for play-by-play, Double T 97.3.
And back here at historic Ratliff Stadium, it's Friendship Tigers football on Double T 97.3 and worldwide on the Double T 97.3 mobile app. Don't forget, coming up after we're done here tonight, we'll have Friday Night Live with Nick Long and Mike Roden for you as they'll get you all of the area scores as usual and get you filled in. Well, we'll have this score, which is a good one. Friendship leading at 49-7 over Odessa High as we sit at the half with Keith Patrick. I'm Choice Woodman. And Keith, we toss it back over to you. This Friendship team has been dominant, to say the least, in this first half.
I mean, to say the least, Joyce. You look across the scores across the area. There's a tight one in Amarillo tonight. There's some pretty big ones, Lubbock schools and whatnot, but nothing much bigger than this one as far as 49-7, the Tigers over the Broncos. And as Choice brought you the scores and he brought you the stats and talked a little bit about what this team is doing, which is almost unbelievable. It's just been such exceptional execution all the way around. But in the background, throughout that time, you heard the great Friendship Tiger Marching Band out there performing their competition show. They've already competed on the season, so final few opportunities to just perform for their community and for other communities around West Texas. And I don't know if it's the first time, but I know that we've always struggled to get band folks on because they're up here announcing and watching performances and all that. But competition's over. It's not a year to go to state for 6A. And so we got to grab Scott Carter, the marching band director for the Tiger Band, to come up here and talk to us about what they do. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great.
Good. That's good. It's a beautiful night for football.
Boy, it is.
Yeah, you get to – I mean, they got the uniforms on. You brought the scarf and the
Yes,
jacket.
I did.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I tell you what, with a score like this, you can't help but be happy. I like
you get to play a lot.
Oh, my
Lots
gosh,
of fight
yeah.
song time and others. And how does it go? You got both bands on the visiting side tonight. So do you still try to coordinate and alternate, or you just go for it?
No, we just kind of do our own thing. We the Friendship Band, we try real hard to make sure that we're playing strategically while we're on offense, and then we just let them have it when we're on defense.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if anybody knows. I don't know if you know. I'm an old marching band guy. From high school, I was in the going band for 3 years at Tech, and I was even going to be a band director. I came in as a music ed major.
That's fantastic.
When I came to Tech, so I'm not going to say I wisely changed my mind, but it wasn't the right fit for me. But love what you guys do, and I don't know how much folks get to hear from you, so tell us a little bit just about marching band in high school, especially at the 6A level. I mean, we've talked before, you're an expert at moving a whole lot of people around and a lot of equipment, and I think people see the size, but what kind of goes into what you guys are doing on a daily basis? Because the amount of work your kids do is unbelievable.
You know, it really is. It's pretty amazing thing to watch what these high school students accomplish in such a short amount of time. Of course, just like most large 6A competitive marching bands, we start with our summer band program, August 1st, with everybody there, hit the ground running, and lots of fundamentals and, long rehearsals during our summer band hours, just like the football team does, or just like anybody else. You got to get in there and grind. And so we've really had a great job this summer band season leading up into our season. We've hired 3 new band directors on our staff this year. They're just absolutely phenomenal. They've done an amazing job. They're all first-year teachers, and, boy, you wouldn't know it. They've come in and hit the ground running, have been absolutely such an incredible asset to our program. So we're really excited to have those guys on board. But we work, of course, straight into the first set of football games. At the beginning of the season, we usually do what we call our spirit shows at the beginning for a couple of weeks while we're still kind of grinding out some of the details in our UIL show. Then we start to put that on the field. And we just keep learning drill throughout the season and learning more choreography. At the 6A level, we have lots of movement is expected at the 6A level.
Right.
So it's not just about just marching and playing, but there's a lot of body movement, as you saw during this halftime show. That goes
so you're
into
saying that's not a choice of style. That's an expectation as the industry of bands and marching band has moved. That's what people want to see. That's what judges expect.
Well, right. And, of course, a lot of that is influenced by Drum Corps International, DCI.
Sure.
Those guys are the professionals, so to speak, of the marching band idiom.
I mean, they're athletes.
And absolutely.
I mean, they do some amazing things, absolutely.
And so, we tell our kids all the time, you have to be half athlete and half artist to really make it work. And, man, we are just so proud of these kids. We have 320 kids in the Friendship High School Marching Band, and it's just an amazing thing to watch them work and grind and just become amazing, not just friends and advocates of music education, but the way that they present themselves and the way that they represent Friendship High School is just second to none.
Absolutely. And so that kind of answers a question. I think, a lot of folks see the band perform at football games, and then the questions, why aren't they wearing their uniforms? Why aren't they doing this show? Why is their show this? So the football games are an opportunity to perform, and it's an important part of football, but the band is doing so much more to prepare for a competition season, also in UIL, like many others in high school athletics and other fine arts competitions. And so you don't go in and get a first place. People will see you get a first division, and so that's kind of the top-level score. Explain how that works to folks.
Well, it's actually kind of two different scoring systems. So at the region level, there are 3 judges, and they judge all captions. They judge music, they judge marching, and, of course, all the visual aspects of the show. And you're not competing against any other schools. You're only competing against a standard, a UIL standard. So there's a judging rubric that the judges use to kind of assess your level of execution throughout your entire show. And so those bands who achieve that standard are awarded the first division, and then it goes second division, third, fourth, all the way down to a fifth division. And so the Friendship High School Band is right now on a streak of 29 consecutive first divisions in marching. And so that's a lot of years.
Like
to,
if I was
to make that
supposed
work.
to clap on the radio, I would, because that's a testament, though. It's a testament to everyone that has been a part of this program for so long. The kids, of course, and I mean, you have to give the district and Friendship High School some credit,
absolutely,
for just the amount of support they give to fine arts, to extracurriculars in general. It is a huge part of education and certainly in Friendship.
Well, they really do, and we're super appreciative of the administration. We have a incredible school board that supports the Friendship Band and has for a lot of years. And so whenever we have the opportunity, of course, every other year in marching band to advance past the region level, then we get to go to the area level and possibly onto the state level. Then that's a different set of judging criteria, and you're actually going head-to-head against other bands.
Right.
And so having that great support from our administration and from our school, and, man, all the teachers and all of our coaches, and we have great support from, of course, the cheerleaders and the Palm Squad, and it's just an amazing cooperative effort for the Friendship Band to do what they do. And, man, we love doing it.
Well, it's obvious. It's obvious that you love it. It's obvious that your staff loves it. It's obvious that kids love it. You see the videos that out on Friendship TV, student-produced, talking about the band, talking to these directors. And there's just a passion there, and that's fine arts in general, but marching band, it's near and dear to my heart. It's a special thing, and there's some special things that happen there. And, a lot of these extracurriculars exist, football included, band, others, wrestling, you name it, so that kids have a place to belong, and they have a place to participate and compete, and a lot of similar things are built as far as character and leadership, and it's so important, and the band a great example of that. So in marching band, right. So you can get a first division, and you've done that 29 years in a row, but you have another streak going. You have 28 sweepstakes in a row, and so that all plays together, right, the whole year.
That's right. The UIL Sweepstakes Award for music is determined by a first division in marching, a first division in concert contest, and a first division in the sight reading contest. So anytime that your school achieves all 3 of those in the academic school year, then you're awarded the Sweepstakes Award for having gotten a first division in all 3. So, so we're looking forward to that. We'll have our concert and sight reading contest in the spring,
so
which
hold
will
on.
bring us on to
concert. You prepare something, you go play for judges, similar to marching band. They judge you based on what you play.
Correct.
But explain sight reading, because it's a little crazy.
Yeah, sight reading is quite a different deal. So sight reading, the UIL Music Committee has a special piece of music specially composed each year for the sight reading competition. And so After you get through with your concert portion of your contest, then you go into another room next door and you do a sight reading. So you pass out the music to the students. They've never seen it before. You're given 6 or 7 minutes, depending on the classification of your band, to just kind of work through the music. You don't get to play it. You can just count through certain things, and then you're expected to perform it. And so having never, ever seen the music, they just have to be able to look at it and then sight read straight down, and then you're judged on that performance.
Well, and you have to teach it very briefly.
Yeah,
right. So it's not only
real quick.
You're
That's
not
right.
only judging the students and their performance right there in the moment, but also the director has to be able to get whatever they can across in the amount of time they have.
That's exactly right.
Unbelievable. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Well, you guys do an amazing job. You're amazing ambassadors for Friendship High School and for the district. And, I mean, the incredible amount of success. And, I'm not going to predict the future, but I bet things are looking pretty good so far. You've gotten your 29th First Division in a row in that sweepstakes, a third of the way there so far.
That's right.
And you can only advance every other year, so that's important for people to know too. So this year, not a year that 6A schools can advance on.
That's correct.
I mean, with so many schools across Texas, you have to split it up for the opportunities to move forward. It would just be enormous.
It really would. With the UIL State Marching Championships being held in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio every year, you can just imagine if we actually did 1A through 6A every year, it would take over a week and a half just to get that one championship done. So it's pretty impossible.
That's a lot of judges.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tapes in those little tape recorders.
And a lot of miles to travel and
That's
a lot
right.
of buses and too many hotel rooms to count.
That's right.
So they have to split it up.
Well, Scott, thank you so much, really, for not just for coming on the show, but for all that you guys do all throughout the year. Of course, big supporters of football, but far, far beyond in all the things that you guys are doing as an organization, and also certainly for kids, you and your staff. And I know Mr. Sorrell, the director of bands, and you're the marching band director.
Correct.
This is your Super Bowl time.
Absolutely.
And so what's the sigh of relief after last weekend?
Oh,
I mean, it's kind of
yes, you're not wrong. It's nice to walk off that field at the contest and kind of be done with the competitive portion of the season. And of course, at this point, we move into just kind of finishing out the football season,
right,
and moving into more of a concert portion. And of course, we're working on some Christmas music already and that kind of stuff and getting that going. But yeah, man, we're just super grateful to be here and really grateful for all the support, and we appreciate you letting us have the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
And me and my staff are super passionate about what we do and making kids better people, and we do that through music, and we love it.
Well, that's apparent. I mean, that's why the success is there. Well, thank you so much, Scott. Thanks for coming on. This is the Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show. We'll take a quick break here, and then we will be back with the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff into the second half. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Friendship Tigers, we're number one. 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 We are the Friendship Varsity Cheerleaders, and we're supporting our Tigers.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Varsity Cheerleaders, and you're watching Friendship TV.
Station.
Welcome back to Friendship Tiger Football, the Friendship Foundation for Leadership halftime show here on the back end of that as we prepare for the second half. Teams making their way into the tunnels, and the Broncos are taking the field. I want to say thank you to Brogan Stewart back at the Double T 97.3 Mothership, taking care of us tonight and keeping things rolling along. We appreciate your work, Brogan. And Tigers leading it 49-7 over the Odessa High Broncos as we prepare to start this second half. And Choice, I mean, there's no way around it. It has been all Tigers all night, with the exception of about 2 plays. The Tigers have been, I mean, about as close to perfect as you're going to ask any football team, especially one in high school football.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can look at is maybe a couple penalties here and there that have been costly for the Tiger defense. But outside of that, it has been just about perfection, like you said, Keith. This is a very, very impressive effort we've seen out of Friendship so far tonight. And what you anticipate in the second half is much of what you saw in the first half, or excuse me, the second half last week against Midland High. You're going to see this Tiger offense maybe bring the starters back out for one drive, maybe not. They may be going straight into cruise control from here, and I think we're going to see a lot of running clock in this second half, and Tigers just looking to get ready for next week without getting any injuries tonight.
Right. Well, the Tigers did defer, so they'll be receiving the kickoff from Odessa High. And, yeah, Choice, I mean, the way things are going, this is a night where you could set Texas high school football offensive records
easily,
and that is not Jay Northcutt's style. However, and he wants everything that he can do for his players from a support standpoint, and them getting recognition for their efforts. But not the kind of guy that's going to pile one on. Certainly, a district opponent where you seen each other every year, and you're competing in multiple sports, and and coaches play each other often, and so that's just not what you're going to see. So maybe we see him one more. Who knows?
Maybe,
but maybe not. So, and you have certainly love the opportunity to get some young guys in. But the ball is teed up, and there has been a weather change here. We've gone from about 55, sun's down to 43 now, and it felt like it changed in a hurry. But your Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is up. It is going to an up man, and he does bobble it, but he falls on it immediately. Does the Tiger up man, and the Tigers will take over at just inside the 25-yard line at the 23.
And leading the Tigers out on the field, we're going to still throw a TBA out there. I
see Drew Hocutt, but I think he's just – I see Donovan Smith
right there.
But Tanner Higgins is right next door to him.
Yeah, so we don't know.
That was Sebastian Arocha that fell on that ball and did a great job last week for the Tigers.
Smith deked us a little. He started to run out there with Higgins. I think they know we're looking for it.
Yeah, you think so?
Higgins will start the second half. You're going to get mostly backups in the game, and that's exactly what you want to see.
Caden Lowry, Connor Little out there. Of course, Tanner Higgins. Aaron Brown has made his way in the backfield. Twin receivers both sides. Going to be a delayed handoff to Brown, who barrels his way forward, and he will get, as the pile pushes and rolls and continues to fly, and he will pick up 4 yards on that rush from scrimmage, and he's out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, Brown, that's his first carry of the night. That is the first carry by a Tiger not named Will Bayouth this evening, and that's just the second shortest carry of the night, too, at 4 yards. So it tells you what kind of evening it's been for the Friendship backfield.
Brown, that's his 23rd carry of the season. He had 63 yards coming in tonight. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far. Now they send Connor Little in motion, and they will swing it out to him in the flat. Little's at the numbers. He cuts up and makes a man miss, and he's drugged down at the 35-yard line. Tigers will be down there. That's a first down, and that's a pickup of, I believe, 8 on the play on the pass and catch to Connor Little. Didn't give a shout-out earlier, should have. Mr. Derek Cobb filling in tonight for Shane Langen, doing a great job on the fly here, and now things are about to get real hairy for him because he's got a whole bunch of names he's going to have to put into that spreadsheet.
That's right.
Twin receivers, both sides, balls on the near hash, and things will slow down now for the Tigers. And I believe we're going to get a false start.
Yeah, I think we might have seen a flinch on the right side of that offensive line. I didn't see it, but the line judge near us saw something. He's a little cold. He wasn't wanting to move a whole lot, but he got the –
He doesn't look like the kind of guy that gets real cold.
I didn't even see a flag come out.
Yeah, there was no flag.
He just whistled it. He's like, I'm not going to bend down to pick this up, so we're just going to get this in there.
Drew Hocutt checks back in at inside receiver, as you did have someone check out. Higgins calls for it. And it is a handoff to Aaron Brown, who has a nice move inside. Now he's out into the open field, into the secondary, stiff-arming, and picks up another 7 yards. He's pushed down out of bounds and rolls at the track. But there is no flag on the play. So big first down pickup there of, I believe that's going to be 25 yards choice? 35 yards? I'm going to go 35. 36. It's 36 yards.
All right, you feel good about
Yeah,
that?
I feel good about 36.
I think you're right.
I walked my way into it. All right, 10:25 left in the third quarter, and that's a 36-yard pickup for Aaron Brown. Nice rush from scrimmage there by him.
Math is hard.
Hey, you're the one that taught me don't do math on the radio, and now here we
That's
are.
all that this is.
That's the whole job.
Play-by-play
3
football.
trips on the far side, and it's going to be a keeper by Higgins. He pulled it out of the belly of Brown. Now he's going to try to get to the corner, has a blocker out there, and makes the man miss. He does fall forward and picks up about 5 on that play, and so they'll check that 4 on that rush. So nice job by Higgins picking up 4, and the sidelines got excited on that one. I don't think Tanner Higgins is a guy that runs it a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. And what you love about Higgins is he is the ultimate team guy. He's stuck around. He's stayed with football. He's a senior on this team.
Yes,
he's had
he
some
is.
chances, but it's not easy to be a backup as a senior, but he's a guy that is pivotal to this team's success.
Julian Cerna, Connor Little in there on the near side. They do go to the far side. It's Carson Miller out there who makes the catch on the outside. That's going to be a first down and a pickup there by Miller down to the 18-yard line. So, I don't know. I can't do that math either. I'm terrible at this. That's a 10-yard pickup by Carson Miller.
It's about that, yeah.
I believe. Yes, it is. So, check that. That's going to be a 13-yard pickup by Carson Miller. Mr. Cobb, and it's a handoff to Aaron Brown. He has a nice hole up the middle and nobody in front of him. That's a touchdown Tigers by Aaron Brown. He takes it 18 yards to the house. Man, nice hole opened up by that offensive line, and Aaron Brown takes it all the way to pay dirt. So the Tigers now lead at 55-7 over the Odessa High Broncos. 9:15 left here in the third quarter.
Aaron Brown picking her up right where William Bayouth left off in the first half, and he is been pretty impressive so far. That carry actually brings down his 19-yard per carry average.
The holder is Higgins as he holds every kick for Cage Jones. It's up and it is good. So with 9:15 left in the third quarter, Tigers lead at 56-7 over the Odessa High Broncos. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
It'll be coming pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's coming sooner or later. Things get a little loosey-goosey around here when the second-team offense and defense come in.
Know.
We need to tighten it back up. Professionals. All right, Gene Messer Toyota kickoff is in the air. It is pooch kick into a hole in that coverage team, and the up man grabs it off the bounce and steps out of bounds. He's upset. Thought he was going to get an opportunity, but he is out at the 32-yard line, and the Broncos will take over there with 9:10 left.
And the Friendship Tigers on the previous drive put together a 6-play, 78-yard drive. Our Friendship caps it off with an 18-yard touchdown run by Aaron Brown. The Tigers took 2:44 off the clock on that drive, and Friendship now leading at 56-7. We may see a running clock pretty soon in the second half. Wouldn't be surprising.
No, sir, wouldn't be surprising at all. So Cobb still in at quarterback. He hands it off to McGarity, who tries to get around the right side. Lots of pretty good blocking going on over there, but the Tiger defense is absolutely relentless. McGarity runs hard, though, but they do body him down there. Evan Barbosa ultimately takes him down at the 41-yard line. Pickup of 7 for McGarity there as the clock is ticking down, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Broncos.
Right now you're still seeing the Tiger first team in for defense, and this is probably the last drive you'll see of them. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of backups in after that, but Friendship going to get a little bit more reps. Maybe it has to do with the not-so-great practices this week.
That's right. Yeah, you're going to get out there in the cold and keep playing. that stings a little bit. So 2 receivers on the near side, no one on the far side, 2 backs in the backfield on either side of Cobb. He does hand it off to McGarity, who's met immediately by Jake Gilbert and ultimately brought down by Elijah Garcia and Kason Brito, but a flag does come into the line in the middle of the play. That would have been a loss of a yard.
Yeah, it would have been a loss of a yard, but it's going to be a holding. We'll see if the Tigers decide to. They will go ahead and accept that penalty, so it will be 2nd and
14?
14, yeah. And I think that's the right move
Maybe
by the
13.
Tigers. You're just trying to kill clock in the second half, basically.
2nd and 13, ball's going to be on the 31-yard line of the Broncos. A lot of holding tonight. It's not even homecoming.
No.
Man.
Not that we know of, at least.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen much
There would
evidence of homecoming. That's
be
for
very
sure.
little action going on for homecoming.
7:50, clicking down here in the third quarter. Saw some false startage there, and they're going to jump all over Cobb. He tried to run it forward and duck through the line, but several Tigers, Brito, Douglas, Stefano Sanchez, check that, Logan Douglas all come crawling off, and Evan Barbosa. And so there'll be another loss there or maybe a no gain on Cobb, bringing up 3rd down and 15.
They hand out half sacks. I don't know if they hand out quarter sacks because there are about 4 guys in on that sack for the Tigers. So Friendship, as you mentioned, good word is relentless, as you used that earlier.
That sack was a loss of 2. It's 3rd down and 15 from the 28. Tries to go over the top and set up the screen, but it's another one of those where there was so much pressure on Cobb. He just lobs it up off his back foot. He's lucky it falls incomplete behind one of his own blockers, and now 4th and 15 from the 28 for the Broncos.
That's one, you're right, Keith. It really could have been an interception pretty easily, but the Tigers weren't quite in position for it. It is another stop for this Friendship defense, and Friendship an opportunity to get some good field position out of this as well.
Well, the Broncos beat the Tigers 56-10 last year. It's 56-7 right now. Mr. Cobb called it, said they would try their first field goal of the season, and the punt's blocked. The punt is blocked by the Tigers, and the defense is trying to fall on it. It ends up being a Bronco that recovers it in his own end zone, and he'll be tackled there as he tries to make his way back out. My goodness, the punt's blocked, and you had 2 Tigers after it. It ends up at the goal line where it's recovered there. He's trying to run out of his own end zone, and he gets tackled in it. Now the officials are all talking about what in the world to do with that.
This one should be a safety, based on where it is.
Sir.
It can't be a touchback because the possession is going towards Friendship of him recovering a ball behind the line of scrimmage, and they are going to call it a safety after the tackle. So the block punt results in the safety for Friendship. We've had all 3 of the phases of the game score for Friendship. Now, we've had safeties in back-to-back weeks, touchdowns by the defense in 2 out of 3 weeks for Friendship, and I think you're seeing this team, as we've talked about, play at its peak lately. Tigers really, really impressive in all 3 phases, and this isn't one where it's running up the score or putting the pressure on. That was just a missed assignment on the blocking by Odessa High. Jay Northcutt did not send the block, or Coach Kirkpatrick did not send the block on that one. This wasn't just a full-on rush of the punter. It was just
slow to develop.
Someone missed an assignment, and you get back there, block it. Tigers get the safety, so we'll get the ball back as well.
Tigers will get the ball back. Free kick from the 20-yard line. That was I'm sorry and apologize to the parents out there. I missed who was in on that play as far as the Tigers. I was trying to catch numbers, but then you also had that recovery I was trying to keep up with, and they got lost in the mix. I was trying to see who was getting congratulated on the sideline, but I missed who they were. I feel like Jake Gilbert may have been one of them, but
I think it was a 20-something, but I'm not sure if it was Barbosa or Gilbert or who was in on it. But
once again, full tilt Bozo, there it is, just making a difference. Obviously, this game out of reach for the Broncos, but a big play. The free kick will be a short one, and it will be fair caught this time by a Tiger up man, and he will be down at the 41-yard line of Friendship, and the Tigers will have that's David Kirkpatrick there, son of the special teams coordinator. Talking about full tilt Bozo, there's Eric Kirkpatrick, his son, David, taking that one. And just, my goodness, I mean, it's obvious that the Broncos are depleted, and you can look at the sideline and realize this is a smaller in numbers team than you normally see on a 6A sideline, and that's tough as well. But
I mean, that's why you're having to see guys go both ways on this team for Coach Servance, is because you look at the difference in the 2 sidelines. This is not a what you see on a 6A sideline. It looks more resembling that of a 4A sideline, and that has to do with injuries and plenty of other reasons for Odessa High. Start to feel bad for them a little bit.
Mark McNeil, Chad Ferries, lots of new hog mollies in there. Aaron Brown's going to break loose around the left side off the handoff. Good blocking downfield, and he'll ultimately be knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line. So that one from the 41 down to the opposite 34. That's a 16 plus 9. I can do that one. That's 25-yard pickup by Aaron Brown from scrimmage. Now I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm just making fun of everything.
It's all good.
So clicking down to about 6 minutes left here in the third quarter, and the Tigers now back on the plus side of the field at the Broncos' 34-yard line and taking all the time they possibly can with the second-team offense in and just looking to let this clock run and let this one continue to roll on.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that here in the second half, but Tigers still getting huge gains even while they're trying to run the clock.
Caden Lowry goes in motion or left to right, and it does hand off to him. He'll be brought down right at the first down mark. It'll depend on the spot, just about a half a yard shy of the first down. So 9-yard pickup by him and second down and 1 down there at the 25-yard line of the Broncos.
Yeah, I think you're going to see the Tigers really take the air out of the football. Higgins, a lot of times when you see him in this position, is still throwing the football, running some screens, and they still run the offense with the second team. But I think you're going to see this clock work down inside of 10 seconds on the play clock just about every snap from here on out in this football game.
Yeah, we're not going to see some turbo here by this team. Lone receiver on the near side, trips on the far side as Higgins calls for it, and he will hand off once again to Aaron Brown, who meets pressure immediately. And check that. That was a first down run. They did end up giving him the first down. So that was a 10-yard pickup for Caden Lowry earlier on that rush, and this time it will be a 3-yard pickup for Aaron Brown, second down and 7 from the 21.
Yeah, a 3-yard pickup seems pretty minimal for the rushes tonight. Tigers are averaging 16.2 yards per carry tonight. Just 17 rushes, but 276 yards on the ground compared to 278 in the air. I would call that pretty balanced.
We've mentioned several of the receivers. Also, Jonathan Hargrove in on the near side. Ty Glass has checked in. He's in the backfield, and Brown goes in motion behind the line. And it's going to be a handoff to Ty Glass, who bounces his way outside. He stiff arms off a tackle, and he's going to slam across and get himself a first down. That's a nice pickup there as well for Ty Glass. And now the Tigers have a first down in the red zone and a pickup of 9 yards by the dynamic Glass. I mean, it's almost a point choice. They have to be able to stop you to some extent. You're running the ball, you're trying to run the clock. I mean, do you just run it up the gut nonstop and just –
And you can't take a knee at this point because that's too disrespectful for the other team. It's just at a point where if they don't stop you on
it just
runs,
is what it is.
I mean,
you can only do so much.
You can do so much. You're taking the play clock down inside of 10 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Tigers. Higgins will hand it off to Ty Glass, so getting some carries. He is met immediately, but he bounces off the tackler who didn't wrap him up, and he's drugged down from behind by Jesse Cervantes, and he will get down to the 3-yard line. So a pickup of 9 by Ty Glass, and you will have second down and 1 from the 3-yard line for the Tigers.
Yeah, Glass showing his versatility. He can be a receiver at times. He can be out of that backfield, and I think the Tigers really like what they've got in Ty Glass and his versatility that he brings to this offense as well as the special teams game.
Came into the game with 1 rush for 20 yards on the season, and now obviously adding on to that as he's getting some good reps in there. Yeah, versatility is the word for him. He's one of those Mr. Natural kind of guys, just looks very comfortable on a football field and can do a lot of things. Handoff once again goes to Glass. He goes right up the middle, barrels forward, and that's a touchdown Tigers. Ty Glass, man, not the biggest guy on the field, but he powered his way over a couple of defenders and falls across the goal line for another touchdown for Friendship on the ground. And it is 64-7 with 2:30 left in the third quarter here. Friendship over the Broncos.
Yeah, the Tigers. What's crazy, Keith, is this is not a primary rushing team. We've talked about it several times. Coach Northcutt really likes to be an air raid type of offense, but he will take what the defense is giving him, and we've almost seen 300 yards rushing tonight. 297 is what the Tigers are at on the ground.
My goodness. And the extra point is up, and it is good by Cage Jones. So with 2:30 left in the third quarter, Tigers lead at 65-7 over the Odessa High Broncos. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Same referee, or same official is very slow.
As the Midland League game?
Yeah, as the Midland League game 2 weeks ago. He is very slow
He's
and
our guy.
methodical. I think it's him.
He does. He comes up the sideline and turns a sharp turn up the
Gives us
up
plenty
the
of
yard
time
line.
to get back and make sure
He
we get the
remembered
kickoff in
Friendships
time.
here. They have radio.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nice
appreciate
fella.
him. Yeah, he is a nice fella. Good job. Good job down there. And the Gene Messer Toyota kickoff from Cage Jones. Another fairly short one, and it's fair, caught inside the 20-yard line by the Broncos. They'll mark him down at the 17-yard line. Well, they'll take over there with 2:22 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Odessa High will start off at the 25, but Friendship once again continues the dominance. Keith, we have had 8 offensive drives in this football game for Friendship and 8 touchdowns. I don't think it gets much more efficient than that.
Yeah, I think that's the definition of efficiency.
Also have a defensive touchdown
a safety.
and a safety
Yeah.
to add to the scoring.
And back-to-back interceptions. Cobb takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off immediately to McGarity, who tries to get around the outside, but most of the Tiger defense is there to push him down. They will give him a 1-yard pickup on the play, so second down and 9 incoming for the Broncos as the clock ticks down to 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I missed that scoring drive. Tigers
Well,
did get 6 plays, 59 yards on that scoring drive.
Well, and I apologize for my scoring sheet. I got behind. They started to run together, and now I need to catch myself back
You're
up as
quite
well.
all right. It's a little
I mean, I got to do something right tonight. I just haven't figured out what it is
there
yet.
are a lot of numbers up there, that's for sure.
Yes, there are. All right, and so a man in motion now in the backfield. He just goes from right to left, and they hand it off to a new running back who does bounce his way around. He's going to find a corner and has some open space out there. Sebastian Arocha ends up making first contact, and he's drugged down and out of bounds ultimately, but a big pickup there by Odessa High as they show signs of life, and he will be marked down on the opposite side of the 50, on the Tigers side of the field at the 48-yard line.
That was a really nice block by Michael Salas on the outside to seal the edge, and a big play by Cade Mendoza to run that one on the outside for Odessa High. And Friendship does have the second team in for the first time today, or the full second team defensively for the second drive of the second half.
Perry Gonzalez in the backfield as well, serving as a tight end, it looks like, getting some action in there.
A false start on the right side of the Odessa High line.
I believe that was a 34-yard pickup by Cade Mendoza coming from the – I think he was on the 18-yard line, if I recall, and got down to the 48.
25
of
is where they
Friendship.
started that one because the fair catch got it back to the 25.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you very much, Joyce.
No problem.
Somebody's got to pay attention.
Well, I don't know if you'd call
Dre
it that.
Cobb is back. He's going to go deep down the sideline. The defender fell down, and he's got his man who catches it, turns around, and grabs it, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Broncos. The defender fell down on the sideline, and Dre Cobb had gone deep. It was a little bit short, but once your defender's on the ground, you're able to grab that one pretty easily and haul it in. So a 48-yard pass and catch for the Broncos, and that will be a 13-65 score now with 13 seconds left in the third quarter.
That was a nice pitch and catch. It was a little bit underthrown, as you talked about, Keith. But it doesn't matter if it's underthrown or not if the guy falls down. And you'd rather be underthrown and overthrown in that situation.
Extra point is up, and it is good. That 48-yarder went to Derek Walton, number 10, on the Broncos team. And so with 13 seconds left in the third quarter, Tigers lead at 65-14 over Odessa High. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Well, your Friendship Tigers lead at 65-14 over the Odessa High Broncos, who just went on, there's no doubt about it, their nicest drive of the day. And capped it off with a 48-yard touchdown pass to Derek Walton to get their second score of the day and close the gap. But at this point, I mean, it would be a comeback for the ages.
Yeah.
And you do have the Tigers' second team in on both sides, and always have the opportunity to bring your starters out if you need them. So Ty Glass will pick this one up. He has a wall in front of him, and he plows his way forward. Very tough to bring down and determined. He'll be down just across the 40-yard line. The Tigers will take over near there, I believe right at the 40-yard line.
I think we might get the wedge penalty, the rare one. There may have been a holding on that, but he was running behind the wedge that is now illegal in football. Didn't used to be. No, it'll be an illegal block in the back on Friendship. So this one, the return will be negated a little bit. But the Friendship Tigers on the previous drive, the Odessa High Broncos on their second scoring drive of the night just go 3 plays, 75 yards, 2:19 off the clock. And there's a 48-yard pitch and catch from Dre Cobb to Walton for the touchdown pass. We've seen him go over the top a couple times tonight and find a little bit of success with it, but largely, Friendship has been able to keep Odessa High's offense at bay.
Here's how you know you're from Odessa, Texas.
Okay.
You want to name your son Derek, but you don't spell it D-E-R-E-K. You spell it Oil Derek, D-E-R-R-I-C-K.
Oh.
Derek Walton.
Oil Derek.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Hey.
There's some Dereks out there.
Honor what you love. Honor what pays the bills, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go with like D''E-R-I-Q.
No. Like De'Aaron King at
like De'Aaron
King
at
the red shirt at Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red shirt.
All right, so that is the end of the third quarter here. That time expired on the kickoff. We're going to stay here with that one as the teams have already come out. 65-14. We have just the most intelligent conversation here as we change quarters.
Oil Dereks, man.
Yeah, oil Dereks, and just putting it together. So twin receivers on both sides for the Tigers. Do have a man in motion coming left, right. It's a handoff to him, and that is Julian Cerna, who's going to turn the corner. He'll be drug out of bounds by Jesse Gonzalez at the 30-yard line. Check that. He'll get out to the 31, so a pickup of 11 for Cerna, and a nice rush there for the Tigers from scrimmage as the clock is continuing to run here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is a Tiger offense that is finding success with whatever they do. It really doesn't matter, and right now they're running the football. Odessa High knows they're going to run the football, but it doesn't seem to matter as Friendship's still picking up big gains regardless of it.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to pile on, but they're not stopping Friendship, and there's just no way around that. And Friendship has a lot of talent on the second team as well. We've seen it before, and they still do. So handoff to Aaron Brown. He goes right up the gut, just straight down the hash marks. He'll pick up 2 on that rush, so they'll bring up second down and 8 from the 33-yard line for the Tigers. Clock down now under 11 minutes here in the game.
The blocking has just been too good for Friendship tonight, and that goes with both the receivers on the outside as well as what you got in the big hog mollies up front. They've gotten a push. They've dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and that's why the score remains, or is at 65-14 right now.
Seeing Mason Martin in there, and receiver as well as Hargrove, Lowry, and others. And now another sweep play. This time it goes to Lowry coming across the field. Check that. It goes to Connor Little coming across the field on the sweep. He gets around across the 35-yard line to the 37, so that's a pickup of 4 for him, but there is a flag in the backfield.
I think we're going to get some holding on the play with a little yellow on the green. And I think if you can nitpick at one area, the Tigers have struggled tonight. A few more penalties than they would like. I believe that's number 8 in the game, and this holding penalty will negate that run. I believe that will be at the line of scrimmage as well, so it's going to send it all the way back to 2nd and 18.
Seen kind of a mixture in their choice. You got Cody Barker in there, but you also have guys like Mark McNeil, Chad Ferries, Jaden Hernandez is in on the line as well. So it's good to see those guys get to play together with each other too, those separate teams. And now you'll see that stacked twin receiver set for the Tigers. The ball's on the near hash. You do have a new running back in the game as well. Try to get a number. I think it's A.J. Spock that's back there, the Afrikaner as they call him, South African. He is very familiar with rugby, football a little newer for him. And we're going to have a delay of game on the Tigers.
It's all the same, rugby and football.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ball. And
there is a ball.
People running into each other.
They're both mostly oblong. I mean,
yeah.
One's a little more rounded.
You'll remember Spock. He got into the game, had some opportunities to rush it against El Paso Andress, and ran in a touchdown score late in that game. And absolutely just a fun moment for him and for his team. They're going to drop back and set up the screen. They get that slip screen to Connor Little in the middle. He'll pick up some yardage. You have to help me out on that one, Choice, because of the penalty. So it's 7 yards pickup for Connor Little, but that's going to bring up a 3rd down and still long for the Tigers as they had backed up quite a bit. So they're at the 25-yard line, and they need the 41 to gain for the 1st down. 3rd down and 16 here as the clock ticks down to 9 minutes.
And this is where you see, do you run another screen play like that, try to get the 1st down and run some more clock, or are you going to hand the ball off even though it's 3rd and long?
They are going to hand the ball off even though it's 3rd and long, and Aaron Brown, check that as Spock, breaks across and gets to about the 30, so he picks up 4 on that when he gets to the 29, and you're going to end up with 4th down now and 14 for the Tigers, and they will punt it from there with about 8:40 left in the game.
8:40 left in the game, and the first punt attempt by Friendship tonight. Friendship has, prior to that, had scored 8 touchdowns on 8 drives, so an efficient offense, a couple of penalties put them behind the 8 ball on this particular drive.
Snap back, it's low, but it is gathered up by Cage Jones, who rolls out to his right and booms one down deep. It is grabbed at the 35-yard line. He did fair catch it there, did Cervantes, and so the Broncos will take over at the 36-yard line with 8:17 left in this football game.
Yeah, 8:17 left to play, and again, we're going to see a lot more Tigers get into the football game. Opportunity to remind you that you can listen in later tonight, Friday Night Live, as soon as we're off the airwaves with you. Nick Long and Mike Roden will take over at that time. And, of course, every Wednesday night on 100.7 The Score, you can check out the High School Fan Zone, where coaches from Friendship will join Andreas Flores in the Score Aim Bank studios.
Harrison Green is in on the line. Dante Garland as well. It's a handoff, I believe, to Cervantes, but he goes basically nowhere. Picks up 4 yards and is met immediately. Check that, 3 yards on the pickup to him. And that is that is not Cervantes. That is my mistake. That's Mario Valdez who picks that one up, number 17.
Those numbers are a little tough to
yards.
See. It's that weird Adidas font that they've got. So
I think there's a shine on those numbers, too. I think there's a little bit of I almost said phosphorescence. That would not be the right word.
A big word.
That's a big one. So, no, it was a fake handoff to Cobb, RPO, and he's going to keep it himself. He breaks out into the secondary. He's drugged down from behind by the Tiger defense. That's Brady Wolf that gets him down, but it's a big pickup. He's down to the 38-yard line of the Tigers, and that's obviously a 1st down and a whole lot more.
Yeah, that one goes from the 39-yard line down to the 38, so an impressive gain.
23
of 23 yards, yes, for Cobb. And you see the athleticism on display. We saw it a little bit in the first quarter, but haven't really seen Cobb do anything with his feet since then.
Cobb waits for the ball. He has 3 receivers set, 2 on the near side. He's going to go down that sideline again in the man coverage. Nice coverage down there by Brady Wolf, who swats that ball down. He had plenty of size on that receiver, and he took advantage of it there to bring up an incompletion and a 2nd down and 10 from the 38.
A really nice job by Wolf to turn his head around on that play, locate the football, and goes up with one hand to knock the football down. So great coverage by Wolf. You might wonder why Cobb is still in the game in a blowout, but Odessa High has no one else to go to.
No, and he needs reps. Yeah, I mean, if they want to do anything else this season, he's got to get some experience.
He needs some reps, but they literally have a linebacker as their backup quarterback at this point.
Logan Douglas can't get enough. He's still in the game for the Tigers on the defensive line. This is a handoff again to Mario Valdez, who will rumble his way across the 45. He's down to, check that, the 35. He's down to the 33. So that's a pickup of 5 yards for him, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Broncos.
Tiger defense has been stout most of the night. They've given up a few big plays that they'd like to have back, but overall this Friendship defense has held Odessa High in check. Will try to do so on this 3rd down.
That was Harrison Green that brought down the running back there, so nice play by him, getting in the game and get some action. It is a keeper by Cobb again. They tried to get a little tricky, but the Tigers sniffed it out. Cobb will get no gain on the play. Brady Wolf in on that one. And you also see, did you get any other numbers there, Choice? I'm looking down the depth chart trying to grab some folks here. And
I think we got, a couple of.
If I could find them. Who made this thing? I think it was me.
I think 42, which we don't have on the roster, but that's all right.
Perfect.
Might have a blood on his other jersey. That might be what's going on.
That's what it is.
That's what we'll blame it on.
Okay, perfect. He traded with somebody just to mess with us. That's what it was, yeah.
Or forgot his jersey. That was always
Dante
classic.
Garland. That's what I was looking for, 61. Dante Garland was on that one. Okay. I'm thrown off because I have Garland listed as an offensive lineman. So I'm looking on the wrong side of my roster over here to try to get him in and talk about him. So Randy Garcia is in there as well right now for the Tigers. You're going to have a timeout by Friendship as they want to check that by Odessa as they want to talk about some things and reset it here. 5:31 left in the game. Tigers lead at 65-14 over the Odessa High Broncos, and your Tigers definitely have the majority of the team on the field right now as their second team defense. They're getting down into the depth chart and letting some guys get some reps and some time and some experience. It's important for the future, for later seasons. It's important for later in this season. You never know who's going to be called on to get out there and perform. And but prior to this, clock running time of the game, Tigers absolutely unbelievable all throughout the evening.
Yeah, Friendship has really been in control of this game from the get-go tonight. Offensively, they put their foot on the gas early on and never let up. Defensively, they've done much of the same, giving up a few more yards than in some of the games this year, some of the big plays that they would like to have back. But all in all 3 sides of the football have been successful for Friendship, and that has resulted in a blowout that we're sitting through tonight. And already looking forward to next week.
Brooks Hocutt in on the near side in coverage. Brady Wolf comes over here as well. You have a 3-receiver set, trips on the near side, and 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a keeper by Cobb, but he's chased down from behind. He's able to sneak out of that pressure, but then he's brought down by the Tigers, but not before he gets the first down. He'll be brought down at the 27-yard line of Friendship, but they'll have a first down as the clock continues to run, now getting close to about 5 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, that was just a nice run of getting behind the blockers for Cobb, as he barely got enough, but did get enough for the first.
And it's a handoff this time to Valdez. He's met by Sebastian Arocha as well as other linemen for the Tigers, and he's drugged down at the 21-yard line, but that will be a pickup of 7 yards for him, bringing up 2nd down and 3 now for the Broncos.
Yeah, a nice run once again, and you're seeing finally Odessa High get some push up front on that offensive line where they haven't been able to most of the night.
Let's check that. That was 6 yards, 2nd down and 4 here. Cobb calls for it and hands it off to Valdez again, who does have a nice hole. He's beat his way through the secondary, but he gets tripped up. Turf Monster grabbed him, and he'll be down at the 6-yard line. He will get a new set of downs for the Broncos, and with under 4:30 left in the game, they have a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I think you just saw someone else's foot trip up Valdez on that play, and fortunately for Friendship, That would have been a touchdown had he not.
Keeper for Cobb as he tries to pick and find his way through, but Tigers stay home on defense. They drag him down, not before he picks up 3 yards on the play. So 2nd down and goal, and coming now from the 3-yard line as we've ticked below 4 minutes left in this game.
Now this is one where Coach Ribb is really wanting to keep him out of the end zone just as a pride factor, but Friendship is maybe getting a little bit gassed on that defensive side.
Well, and you give these second-team defenders a chance to have that pride factor and get in
Sure.
there and step up. You don't go put your first-teamers back in. So Tigers do stuff the run, and it will be no gain on the play, and now you're going to have a 3rd down and 4. Great job in there. Randy Garcia in on that one. Dante Garland in on it as well. Nice job to drag that runner down. They jumped all over him. No gain on the play.
So now you're looking at a 3rd and goal for Odessa High, and lots of time still running off this clock. This will probably be the second to last drive of the ball game. Friendship will probably get it back with a little bit of time to take a knee or hand it off, but Odessa High really looking to score to try to at least make it more of a respectable score.
Clock now under 3 minutes. Cobb calls for the snap. It's going to be a keeper. He's trying to roll it around the right side. Tigers were engaged in blockers, and he's going to walk it into the end zone. So the Broncos strike late in this game, and it'll be 65-20. Friendship over the Broncos. 2:47 left in this one with that extra point incoming.
I think if you're looking from an Odessa High perspective, they're finally starting to get some life on the offensive side of the football, though it's late and you're going up against Friendship's second team. This is a team that's really struggled on that side of the football in the last few weeks. So I think Coach Servance and company can at least build from there.
The hold is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:47 left in this game, the Tigers lead at 65-20 over the Odessa High Broncos. This is Friendship Tiger Football on Double T 97.3.
When you need to do some serious hauling, come on over to Lubbock Truck Sales, the truck and trailer specialists. Parts are never a problem. We can source any part for any need, serving the South Plains since 1990. Lubbock Truck Sales supports Texas Tech University and provides equipment transportation for the Red Raider football team and the Goin' Band from Raiderland. For sales, service, and support, come to Lubbock Truck Sales.
Don't miss the sale of the summer at Gene Messer Toyota. Right now, get 0% APR for 72 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition Crew Max. Or get 1.9% APR for 60 months on the new 2019 Toyota Tacoma Special Edition Double Cab SR. Gene Messer, business done the right way. 19th and West Loop 289. GeneMesserToyota.com.
Third score of the night, a 3-yard touchdown run by Dre Cobb, their wide receiver turned quarterback. Great night for your Friendship Tigers. Take a moment to remind you that Friendship.tv is there for your enjoyment. Look for every football game and most other district games from other sports up there the day after they occur for you to enjoy, and our radio call will be included on them. Gene Messer Toyota kickoff goes to an up man who fair catches it at the 17-yard line. And so the Tigers will take over with 2:43 remaining in this game, and I'm sure they will be looking to run out some clock.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that. I think you need about, maybe 2-3 first downs, and you'll see Friendship start taking knees after that. But Tigers have been commendable as far as the sportsmanship goes the last few games, or the few blowouts that they've had this season, and that they've been on the good side of this season, and that's how we've seen them approach it for sure.
Twin receivers, both sides, balls on that far hash. Have a man in motion. It's going to be another sweep play. Wide receiver going around the corner, and he does get it. That's Jonathan Hargrove who turns the corner, and he'll pick up about 5 yards on that carry as the clock continues to roll. Check that 6-yard pickup for Jonathan Hargrove out to the 31-yard line.
They'll stay inbounds, so that keeps the clock running.
That's good coaching right there.
I think they're running the clock regardless of whether he stays in or not at this point in the game. But, yeah, the Tigers taking everything down inside of 10 seconds on the play clock, and really at the point of needing one first down to start going into victory
Been
formation.
seeing a lot of these sweep plays, wide receiver and sending other guys around to the outside, and got to think that this is something that they've been wanting to work on in games and add to their repertoire. And you've got another one here, another sweep coming from a wide receiver, and he'll get all the way down almost to the 50-yard line. So a pickup of 17 yards out to the 47. Check that, 16 yards out to the 47. And I believe that was
Cerna, I believe.
No, it was 46, I believe, Joyce. That was
16.
Randy. Was it 16?
16.
Oh, I apologize. I thought I saw 46. I was wondering why Randy Garcia was carrying the ball.
Would be a little strange, but
Yeah.
no. Cerna comes from the opposite side.
Thank you.
It's exactly what you said, another sweep play. And that might do it for the Tigers as they have lined up in the best formation in football, the victory formation.
It is a good one. It would be second best if you had the flying V in football, though. I think they outlawed that. That's a wedge.
I would call it a wedge.
Tanner Higgins takes that snap, and he will take the knee. That is no loss in yardage in my book. The victory formation is one that you are glad to see come and appreciative of a coaching staff that calls for it as it should be called for. So Tigers are going to win this one 65-21. We are under a minute as they prepare to take one more knee, and we'll take this one to the house. It's been quite the night for the Friendship Tigers. Hang with us here, and we will wait for Coach Northcutt to talk to his team, and we'll talk to him briefly before everybody gets on the buses and makes the drive back to the South Plains with another win on under the belt. Tigers will have back-to-back district wins, first time since 2016, and I think we can safely say that they have clinched themselves a playoff spot tonight.
I would say that's quite safe.
Midland High was in a pretty bad way at halftime. I'd be surprised if there were many changes there.
Unless that was a comeback of the century, then Tigers have got their first playoff spot under Coach Northcutt.
They have, and improved to 2-1 in District 2 6A and 6-2 on the season. Wonderful turnaround for this team. Great job by this coaching staff as both teams make their ways down the 50 to shake hands. And this one's in the books, folk, as there's the buzzer. Your Friendship Tigers improve to 6-2, 2-1 on the season with a 65-21 victory over District 2 6A foe, the Odessa High Broncos. Impressive night for Donovan Smith. Impressive night, absolutely, for William Bayouth. But really, I can't pick a player on this team that I want to say a bad thing about. It was just an exceptional performance all the way around. And if you wanted to nitpick one thing, it's going to be penalties. Yeah,
penalties you want to see cleaned up, especially in some tighter football games. But Tigers, that's what it is at this point. You're nitpicking at things to bite at for this game. There were a few plays on the defensive end that you would like to get shored up as well. But all in all, a excellent game for the Tigers. And you fought against complacency, too, because when you're up 49-7, that's what starts to seep in is some complacency. We didn't really see that out of the Tigers. They played hard in the second half and cruised to a victory in this ball game. Friendship is learning to do that, which is a nice luxury to have. A 6-2 football team. Tigers have doubled their number of wins from the past 2 seasons. So that is very impressive to see what this Friendship team has done. But we've seen Coach Northcutt and company. We knew that it was an uphill climb when he took over this team and that she'd go through some bumps and bruises. They did that the previous 2 years. This year, we continue to get to see the joy out of this team and see the hard work, the labor, the production, the fruits of the labor from Friendship in these past couple of seasons. And the most fun it is to see those teams or those players that have been on those previous 2 years teams, like the Drew Hokutts, like the Jake Gilberts, the Laughlins, those guys that had to suffer and endure through the painful times in these past couple of seasons, getting to reap the benefits and reap what they've sowed the previous 2 years.
Well, and here what you have, Choice, I would assume, would be an opportunity once again to grow mentally.
Yep.
And so this team, you're going to walk in knowing you've clinched a playoff spot, but you have 2 of the toughest games on your schedule coming up.
That's right.
In Odessa Permian and Amarillo Tascosa, and you have an opportunity to make some real noise against those teams and to potentially continue to stay in the mix for what this district has to offer. So it's a big moment to say, are you going to settle for where you are, or are you going to drive and get everything you can possibly get? And I think that's an impressive place to be after the seasons that we've seen before, and really speaks to what this coaching staff has accomplished, what these kids have committed to doing. And currently, to give you an update, the Midland Lee Rebels lead the Amarillo-Tascosa Rebels in the Rebel Bowl at Dick Bivens Stadium 55-36 late in the fourth quarter. So Midland Lee most likely going to hold on to that one, which gives you some real opportunities, because Amarillo-Tascosa is another team that will fall into Division II in the playoffs as you split the 6A district in the playoffs. And so if you can land above them, you have the opportunity to host the first round of the playoffs at Peoples Bank Stadium.
Right, and Odessa Permian also takes down Midland High, as we talked about, 62-0. So they put it in cruise control in the second half as well. And that is a important score for Friendship, as we talked about, because that seals up the playoff spot for Friendship. And Tigers, I'm sure, will be made aware of that in the locker room in a little bit, and you'll get some elation and some celebration from this team, who very much deserves to do so.
Well, from the first time I talked to Coach Northcutt in fall camp, he and his team have been speaking truth to power. We don't want to just win games. We don't want to just win the district game. We want to go to the playoffs. We want to win a game there. That's been their goal. But I've seen the one they haven't talked about. I've seen the district champs goals written around that field house, and I know that that's part of things for them too. So I think that mindset's always been there to continue pushing beyond settling, for lack of a better word, on just the playoffs. So I'm not worried about that. I know these guys will have them ready. And now Casey Smith is down there for us, grabbing Coach Northcutt. I'm looking. I can't find
Shortly,
him.
she is.
I think
she's trying. I think we got Coach Northcutt talking to somebody.
He's lined up with it. There's a TV camera in his face down there. So
I guess TV has to gain some importance.
Whatever. I mean, Friendship TV, fantastic opportunity to. Okay, Casey's listening. We at least know that she's down there listening.
She's
for
got
us.
him locked up now.
Coach Northcutt, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. That's a huge victory tonight. Great opportunity to get some guys some playing time out there as well. And Choice and I were just talking. Midland High has fallen tonight to Odessa Permian, so the Tigers have clinched a playoff spot as far as we can tell. And we're not great at math, but I think we got it figured out. So congratulations on that. I know that's part of your goals, but now you walk in to a team that's part of what their goal is. How do you keep them focused as you walk into two very difficult games coming up?
Well, we've set that goal early, and they know that each week is a step, in that direction. And, we like to say we're like a train, and we're just going down the tracks, and we want to keep the train headed down the tracks. And so these guys are a pretty focused group, and I'm confident that they're going to stay that way, and we'll continue to prepare and hopefully put ourselves in a chance to win.
Coach, it's special to see so many of these guys, especially the ones that have had to endure through the rough times over the last 3 years. Get to celebrate this. How are you guys going to celebrate this one?
You're telling me. I mean, that's exactly the thought that comes to mind. For me, just with our different guys that are seniors that have been through the thick and thin, they've been in the fire. For them to have success, there's nothing more rewarding.
Absolutely, Coach. I know that's why you're in it. It is about those kids, and we talk about relationships just about every time that we get a chance to talk. And so I know you're feeling that gratification for them more than anything else. Y'all enjoy it tonight. Be safe getting home, and I know you'll be back to work soon, but y'all take the moment to bask in it, and then I know you'll be heading back to work.
Yes, sir. We'll make sure we enjoy it, and thank you, guys.
Hey, appreciate you, Coach. Y'all have a good night. That's head coach Jay Northcutt as the Tigers improve to 6-2 on the season, 2-1 in District 2-6A, and clinch a playoff spot in the Texas State High School football playoffs. But there's more work to do.
Yep.
They'll face the Odessa Permian Panthers next week at Peoples Bank Stadium, and then follow that with a trip to Dick Bivens Stadium and face the Amarillo-Tascosa Rebels in a Thursday night game to close out the regular season. We'll be right back to wrap things up for you. This is Friendship Tiger Football and a big win here on Double T 97.3.